What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday night for Breaking the Narrative. I am going to be joined by my good friend Drexel from Midtown Podcast. Here he is. He's here. What's going on,
Hello,
Drex?
everybody. Nina, what is up?
Hey,
Nina, when are you
welcome
going
to
to
the
change your
channel.
name to just have an infinity symbol instead of just actually having the word infinity? You ever get making like a weird like Nina Infinity like a little symbol?
Like a
It's
little
Nina, but it's
symbol.
the
I've
infinity
thought about
symbol.
it. I've thought about it because I love the infinity symbol. It's
hmm
like my favorite symbol ever. But I have to be more creative and actually think of a way to combine the two and then have, I don't know. That's all artistic shit that I have to
Yeah.
do. And
Someone
at some
all you
point.
gotta do is like ask your peeps, and like people will have like a you know I mean they'll probably go in some weird places, of course, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, weird places are usually good places. Except when they involve Disney back rooms and cuties
Ooh.
auditions and shit like that.
Yeah. And
But other than
casting
that, they're good.
couches and shit. Yeah.
Oh, now, hold on. I gotta ask you this. I was watching Nick's stream during the Johnny Depp thing, right?
When? Today?
No, this was day one of Johnny on the stand, right?
Okay.
Do you know what stuck out to me when
Hmm.
Johnny Depp said that I think there was like a director or somebody who had Amber audition like
Uh-huh.
5 or 6 different times? I'm like, did anyone catch that? Because I don't know about you, but I've never heard anyone audition 5 times for the same role, right?
Well, like usually you get a call back. That's usually like twice because you'll go in for your audition and then you'll get the call back. You come in and you audition for another scene, and then they basically confirm that you're good for the part, and then they cleared with everyone. You may get a third call back. It's possible
Maybe.
depending on how big the project is. But 5 times,
You know what that was about?
I
That was
feel
about that
like
couch.
I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
some stuff
Look,
going on over
the
there.
Jaws were going ahead. The
Mm,
Jaws had a lot to say with whatever she was doing.
yeah,
And here's what bothers me though. At the end of the day, hey, Miss Martin Muses. At the end of the day, though, I think a lot of this boils down to it works like this. The chicks who do the Me Too thing, they
hmm,
only do it to the guy that they have some actual form of attachment to, who has money and clout, right? Because
hmm.
like I said, we don't know what happened. We're just saying for the sake of argument, right? For the sake of argument, this was a casting couch. Amber Heard didn't go after that dude. You see what I'm saying?
No,
A lot of those women who dealt with Harvey Weinstein, they go after Harvey, not other people. Because you and I both
sure.
know other things happen with other, label, not label. I meant to say,
Like
those
directors and
company
stuff. Yeah.
executives. There was a DP, there was a director, there's a executive producer. There's all these kind of people that work on movies, right?
Yeah.
Casting directors, which are usually women, but sometimes they're male.
Mhm.
And what did you leave out, right? What did you omit? So when we talk about, basically the lie of omission, right? One of the things that the Amber Heard trial has kind of shown us is that
Mhm.
like things that I already knew, but you know the normie public, right? Like
Sure.
women don't lie; they would never lie about this stuff. And then it's like all of a sudden it's right in their face,
Yeah.
and it's like no. When people give you a narrative, when someone runs up to you saying, "Oh my God, Nina, Johnny Depp did X, Y, and Z to me," your first thought should be, "Why don't you tell them the police?" Right?
Sure.
Like you remember that happened with was it Liam Neeson's was it like niece or something? Remember hearing about that?
I don't
She got
remember
assaulted by
that.
black dudes, and he said he was going around looking for
Oh,
any black.
yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
And I'm
Yes,
like,
I do.
like you believed her because
That was fucked up because I
I'm
remember
like,
he was like,
dude,
I'm going on looking for black guys to beat up. I was like, whoa,
yeah, whoa,
whoa.
bro. Like,
What the
here's the
fuck?
and Nina, I would have said the same thing the other way around, right? If you were a black actor, let's say you're Samuel Jackson or something, and oh yeah, my niece came up to me and said that white guys did this to me. I just went around looking for any white guy to beat up. I'd be like, but bro, if she came to you, not the police, wouldn't you
Mhm.
have an inkling to think to yourself, maybe something is being omitted, right?
Yes. I,
It's kind of like on Twitter, right? I'm accusing Nina Infinity of groping my leg at a Comic Con back in 2016, right? You'd be like,
mhm.
wait, why'd you go to Twitter though? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why did you go
Yeah.
to a public forum instead of
Always.
going to the legal channels, right?
I mean, I've
Always
had my
suspicious.
friends like, tell me certain things like in real life. And this is way before me too. Like they'd be like, I don't know, like this dude like at work was, got fresh with me or whatever. And I don't know what to do about it. And I'm like, did you tell the boss? Like, did you tell the people that you're supposed to tell? Like immediately, like you're supposed to tell whoever it is. Like, and if it's really crazy, like if it's like an actual sexual harassment, you go to the cops. Like you have
hmm
to file a police report. And if this did happen tonight.
Oh, you grew up the X-ray girl's leg?
I did on the stream. I
Oh,
kind of
there's
like
receipts.
I felt her leg and I was like, "See, I can finally touch her." And she was like, "Oh." And like it was kind of interesting. So she got me too'd a little bit.
A little bit. Well,
Just a little bit.
now
But
I'm
she
not familiar
liked
with.
it though. So I don't know
Well,
if
then it's consensual. Yeah, just wait. X-ray girl's got to wait at least 20 years, right, to make the accusation, right? When everyone's forgotten about everything, and then all of a sudden, boom.
yeah.
I just heard about Bill Murray is next on the chopping block, right?
I heard about
Like what?
that.
Like huh?
After like how many years in the business, it's like, and you know what's so crazy about Bill is like you like if you've been around the entertainment industry as long as like Bill has or whatever, or like if you've been watching the entertainment industry as long as I have, and like you're into movies and the behind the scenes work, you know this is very well known that Bill Murray is very difficult to work with. Like everybody
True.
knows in the
Everyone said that.
business that Bill is difficult to work with. He's an asshole on set. And you know, most of the newbies, like the new up and comers or whatever, when they star in a movie with him, they're always like very threatened or you know, they feel bullied or like whatever. But you know what? Out of that, you get to star in a movie with Bill Murray. Like it's like, you know, and usually movies do very, very well if his name is attached. So not a lot of people care that Bill Murray's an asshole. But then here comes this chick all I don't know what's going on, but I heard that she's making some like Me Too claims now, which I just don't want to say I believe it. Like I can't believe all women anymore, and I don't know if I believe like I can believe that he was being an asshole and you know being
But sexual,
Bill,
okay,
but
being
sexual stuff.
inappropriate sexual behavior. I was like, wait a minute. And I had the same thought that you had. Bill Murray is known as being cantankerous, difficult to work with. Okay,
Mhm.
which of these adjectives describes a guy who's out grope like being he's not lecherous? I haven't heard the
No,
term lecherous.
or yeah, I've
You know what
never
I'm saying?
heard. You
He's
know, I've
lots of
never heard
things.
like wandering eyes or like you know like those kind of things. I've never heard that kind of stuff about
Never.
Bill.
Never. And same thing with Johnny Depp, right? Like when your ex-wife and ex-girlfriends come to your defense, that you're like,
Hmm.
yeah, this guy's not what they say he is. That's kind of telling you something. Same with Bill Murray. I'm thinking to myself, damn, they got Bill Murray. When they got Bob Dylan, right? A
Hmm.
60 was a 50-year allegation, right? 55
Yes,
year old
something
allegation.
something like
They're
that.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, so when did Bob Dylan do this to you? They're like, 1965. I'm like, the fuck, Nina. I want you to imagine being Bob Dylan, right? You're literally 1 foot in the grave,
Sure.
and someone starts hitting you with Me Too. Dudes are getting hit even beyond it. Look, I don't know if you
Beyond
heard
the
about
grave
this.
now.
Wilt Chamberlain got hit beyond the grave, right? The same guy who claims he smashed over
Fucking ass
10,000 women.
man.
He was a
Ass man.
smashing hose, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, one chick out of over 10,000 out of nowhere. Will Chamberlain did this to me. I'm like, wait a minute. If Will Chamberlain really, if his body count is anywhere near 10,000, someone would have said something by now, right?
Yeah. It was, but
Something.
that's the thing. Like them hoes love that guy, man. Like Wilt Chamberlain was the man
Oh
back in
yeah.
the
Oh
day. I
yeah,
mean, they
man.
loved him. They would throw themselves at him, and now it's like, oh, Wilt Chamberlain. You know what's so crazy, Drex? Though, is the only person I did believe was a fucking weirdo, even though it was all like after the fact, was Bill Cosby. I don't know
I can see
why.
that one.
But there was something about Bill Cosby that always creeped me out as a little kid. So I never watched his show. I never watched his show because he creeped me out. I was like, he's like a creepy dude. So I could
Look,
never get into a show.
Bill would have been like this. Oh, Nina Phillips, you want to come and get the pudding pop? You got to go ahead and suck it.
You want to
So
come sit on my lap?
the chocolate pudding pop,
Oh, yeah,
and we can make it swirl. So when Bill does his Bill Cosby shit, I bet you would have been looking at this motherfucker like, bruh, you are creepy.
Yeah, I'd
Now,
be like, you are fucked. Like,
yeah,
get
yeah.
out of
Now,
here.
this is the one thing I will say in Bill Cosby's defense, though. When he talks about Quaaludes and the girls and stuff,
Mhm.
anybody who watched The Wolf of Wall Street, I think it kind of gives you a different context, right? Because
Sure.
when people were saying, well, Drex, he says he was drugging women. I'm like, but bro, if you were having like cocaine quaalude parties and that's
Mhm.
what they were doing back then, you saw that movie Wolf of Wall Street, right?
I didn't, but I know
Oh,
exactly what you're talking
you
about.
you heard about how it is.
Yes.
You know what? Here's what I'll say, Nina. Of all the movies I've watched, and Nick and I are huge movie buffs. Of
Mhm.
all the movies, the only movie that I think truly grasps and encapsulates the very like crazy party, anything goes atmosphere is that movie. Because you see a lot of movies where like people are like doing drugs and stuff. You're kind of like,
Yes.
it looks staged. It kind of has like a stage feel to it,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Then you watch this movie, you're like, holy shit.
You know what's
Like,
so crazy, Drex, is that's probably one of the reasons I didn't watch it. So like when the movie came out, and I'm a huge Leo fan, okay? Day one, when I'm like 13 years old, I've been a Leo fangirl all my fucking life. And I don't
mhm,
care that he just smashes hoes and
as
passes.
he
Like
should.
as he should. I really don't care. I think all superstars should do that. Stop getting married if you can't commit
Please.
and then start fucking cheating on your wives. Like just stop.
I
Like
agree. I agree.
just like Tiger Woods. Like, dude, bro, what are you doing, man? Just don't marry. Just don't get married and
Yep.
just, smash and pass. It's fine. You
Yep.
can live that lifestyle. But like, I didn't watch that though because I was at the time like I was like big into Occupy. I was big into like, fuck the 1%, fuck these rich motherfuckers like ruining
Mhm.
everybody's lives. And then that movie came out, and I was like, I really don't need to see a movie about the 1% and how they live and how they're destroying
Oh, you
everyone's
do.
lives. So I was
You
just
do.
like, and I just because I knew a lot of people told me it's like very real. So I was like, I'm gonna like get depressed watching
You
this
got to watch it.
movie.
But though, there was one thing that I thought a lot of people missed about that movie is that they're talking about how Jordan Belfort was a pump and dump trader, all this stuff.
Yeah. Huh?
But this is not even spoiling the movie, of course. The key thing that turns Leo, well, Jordan Belfort, the character, the person he's playing,
Hmm.
the thing that turns Jordan Belfort corrupt in the movie is taxation, right?
Yeah.
So when people always talk about how people, these rich people are corrupt, blah blah blah, they got tax havens. I was like, hold on now. Everyone who says that doesn't have that kind of money, right?
Sure.
Because if you started coming into that kind of money, like what if your YouTube channel just blew up and you won the lottery and something else happened all at once, right? And all this
Sure.
money's coming in. Your next thought is what? How do I retain my money? How do I keep this?
How do I keep it, not give it to the government, and
Yep.
also like basically like have assets because
Have
people will
asset.
come for that
Yep.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna come for it. So what
Yeah.
ends up happening is the idea that a person can look at this and go like this. Hold on. So if I'm doing it the right way, the government takes half my shit. I'm doing all
Mhm.
this hard work. If I make $1 million off the top, boom, half.
Mhm.
Well, when
Mhm.
you think when you think about it that way, is that any different than okay? You've seen high profile divorces. People
Yes.
start moving money and shit around, right? To
Of
make it look like no,
course.
I'm broke. Is it any different? Someone's coming
No.
for your money and your assets, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, half? Hey,
Yeah.
remember Eddie Murphy? I want half, Eddie. I want half. So if someone tells you half, you're like, motherfucker, bitch, I'll give you a bottle top.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like if I
Yeah.
got the whole water and these hoes are thirsty, no, but you're getting look. Hold up, Nina. Look, this is how I'm gonna treat these hoes. This is the government. I'm a
Yep.
little bit. I'm gonna
Fucking
dab a little bit.
breadcrumbs. Less than that. Breadcrumbs.
less than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because if you could, right? Now,
Mhm.
if you get caught, hey, you suffer the consequences. But you're like, it makes logical sense, right? It's like you and I can watch Star Wars and we go like this. Oh, I see why Anakin's going to the dark side, right?
Yeah.
Not because he wants to, because he's desperate and thinks this is the only way I can save Padme, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that any different than a person going?
And also he was resentful because the like the Jedi Council and
Total disrespect.
well that and also like they didn't let him save his mom. He
They
was
did
like,
not.
all I wanted to do was to save my fucking mom. I became a Jedi so I can go free her, and
Yep.
you motherfuckers won't let me go free her. You know
Yep.
what?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Forget about your personal attachments, bro. Yeah.
Mhm,
Don't
mhm.
love people. So it's
Yeah.
like you can see the hypocrisy, and
Yes.
so when you get to that point, it's like, I don't know if did you see the new Batman movie, The
Yes.
Batman?
The Batman. Yes.
The Riddler's motivation makes like remember when he's shocked about the what he viewed. If you notice, everyone in that movie says that the Batman, because they don't know who his true identity is, right?
Mhm.
Batman and Riddler, they're always thinking that they're on the same side. Gordon
Mhm.
says it, Catwoman says it, Riddler
Mhm.
says it. They
Mhm.
all think they're on the same side, right?
Yeah.
And then so when the whole reveal of like, oh yeah, Riddler doesn't know, no, it's like it would make sense why from the outside you're like, yeah, man, we have the same goal,
Sure.
right? Like the disrespect, the fact that you're an orphan, whatever your circumstances are that you grew up in, right or wrong, you're going to have a reaction to certain things. Like you just said it. You were Occupy Wall Street crowd, right?
Yeah.
You're coming from one perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I both know this. If you come on here and say, and someone goes, hey, Nina, what do you think about the top 1%? And you say, I believe they are blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, watch this, though. If someone says, hey, Nina, how many of top 1%ers do you like know personally? You see what I'm saying? Because
Zero.
if you start to be around these people, right? They're like this. Hey, Nina, because it would humanize them, right? They're like, yeah, look, I know I may not be like, a saint, but understand where I'm coming from. Once you hear where they're coming from, you're like, yeah, I can kind of see where that would come. Like, isn't that what the Riddler's motivation was real, right? Renewal, $1 billion, right? And then you saw what happened, how they did the orphans and shit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in the city everyone's corrupt. Batman is a product of every system has failed, right? DAs are corrupt.
I mean,
cops are corrupt. Like everyone's corrupt. If everyone's
corrupt except for that mayor for some reason that was
I had a problem
the black
with that.
female mayor.
Yeah, Bella Real. I was
like,
sickened.
Are you serious right now? This whole make Gotham great again bullshit. Didn't vibe with me.
I thought that would have been more impactful had she been killed.
I thought so too, because at least
like,
it would have been like there's some stakes. The only good people usually end up dying, so it makes sense that they would have killed her.
The guys are holding sniper rifles, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the main problems I had. So you have a sniper rifle. You're looking down your scope. You can clearly see her. Pow! How does she get hit like in the side?
Yeah.
I'm like,
and then she survives.
And she survives. I'm like, look,
yeah.
I was like I said, it's a movie. They gotta have those kind of moments.
You gotta suspend your disbelief. But I also couldn't suspend my disbelief at the idea that Batman, who was like completely not working out, meaning Robert Pattinson, was like hanging off that fucking thing with like one arm, and I'm like, this dude is not gonna have the upper body strength to just fucking hang there.
I did have that
forever.
criticism,
like,
Nina. So I had a few criticisms of the movie, right? That was actually one of my biggest ones, right? I was like, look, okay, when he's in the cow, when he's walking around or lumbering around, he's doing great, right? He nails it. He does nail it. Yes. All of his detective scenes, he nails it.
Nails it.
Even when he's beating up guys, he nails it. The problem is when we see Bruce without all of the equipment, and I'm looking at Robert Pattinson's body, like, bro, you look like 180 soaking wet.
He looked like an 18-year-old boy. I was like,
he had a boy's body.
He had a boy's
Christian
body.
Bale had a man's body.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that was my problem. I've always said, Nina, I believe the only person to ever play the role that nailed both, this is the key, both equally was Ben Affleck. Christian Bale was better.
Not Keaton?
No, Keaton was a better Bruce Wayne as Batman because he's a midget. Michael Keaton's like 5'6", man.
That's true.
Come on.
That's true. I feel
he had little painted on muscles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't sell it. We're not going to talk about Clooney and Kilmer because they got one movie each. And then I guess the other guys got one movie other than Bale, but
no.
It was meh. His lips were too distinctive.
Yeah, no.
And you look at Bale, right? Bale's Bruce Wayne felt too similar to Patrick Bateman. You see what I'm saying?
I loved Christian Bale's Batman, so I don't know.
No. His Batman or his Bruce Wayne, though? I liked his Bruce Wayne, but I loved his Batman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Bruce Wayne, but love Batman.
Yeah, I was the same way. Liked Bruce Wayne, loved Batman.
Yeah, once he's in the cow, he's 10 out of 10.
He is that, yes.
He is Batman, but as
Batman.
Bruce, I think he's serviceable, right? He's serviceable. He's not the best.
But I feel like he was definitely better than Pattinson. But I think that Pattinson's, though, was a directional issue because I think like Pattinson has the acting chops to be able to pull that shit off. But they didn't want to like make him like the good looking, suave, amazing Bruce. They wanted this like weird emaw Batman. They wanted like Twilight Batman, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, Matt Reeves is a huge Nirvana fan, as am I. He said because he was kind of going for that. But I will give him a little bit of a pass only for this reason. Two reasons. One, not to make it too similar to the other versions that we've seen, right?
Yeah, The Dark Knight.
And two, which I think is more important, when you're gonna have, what is this character's personification, right? If you have them in there and you're Bruce, you're in only your second year as Batman, right? So we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna reimagine this. If you notice throughout the movie, Bruce Wayne keeps fucking up, right?
Yes.
His opening fight with the thugs in the subway. He's taking hits.
That was
You
a
see what I'm saying?
badass scene, though.
Badass
I
opening, right?
love that scene.
He,
Yeah.
but he's taking punches.
But he
too.
was taking hits. Yeah,
He's
he
taking
was.
hits. He gets in the club. Do you remember, like, when you knew that this Batman was not fully polished? Is when he goes to find the Penguin.
Yeah.
He's just like. So wait a minute, let me get this straight. You didn't really have a plan other than, no. He's like that. That's what a young person would think, right? When you're young, you truly feel invincible, right? Like,
Yeah.
I can go through a wall if I want to, right?
Yeah.
So when he talks to the twins and he's like, "There's no penguin here," I was like, "Yeah, fuck this," and
Yeah.
just decks them, right?
Yeah,
and then
he
he just
decks
goes in
them
there
out.
with no plan,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna punch my way to the penguin. That's his plan.
Yeah.
Whereas if you notice in Bale's Batman, he was master of stealth, right?
Yes.
We saw him as a ninja, right?
Yes.
So you just have to see the different personification.
I do, but I don't like that version. I think that like Bruce has he's suave, he's charismatic. He's gonna he's gonna go in there and own the fucking room. Like no one's gonna say no to Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? Like it's like
I think that's coming in the next one. I'll be honest with you.
I think so
I thought
too.
about it. Because
I'm sick of that though, Drex. I'm sick of everything being like, oh, it's setting up for the next one. It's like, can I have a good movie? Like, I'm like, that's how I felt about the whole Catwoman thing now too. Like I thought Zoe was great, but then I didn't like her. Like, there was no Catwoman outfit. She's got this fucking Pussy Riot hat. I was like, she's like, she looks like shit. She just like looked like every other bar stripper around. I was like, there's nothing special about her in that sense. So I was like, you want to see that Catwoman. That last scene when they're splitting up, like I wanted her to be in her Catwoman outfit. So you're like, oh my God, it's Catwoman. And like, they're saying goodbye. So you have that like kind of like scene, Batman, Catwoman, like they can never be together. But you know what I
would have had, honestly? This could be in the next one. I would have, because somehow, because I think it serves better for both sides if Catwoman discovers who he is for whatever. Like, let's say Bruce gets really beat up in the suit, right? And she has to take care of him. She's like, I have to take off your mask and stuff. And she realizes it's Bruce, right? I would love for this. This would be a great, great symmetry. Bruce supplies her with the Catwoman, let's say armor, outfit armor. You see what I'm saying? Like, because remember, he has all the tech, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't that make sense that he would just, fit her with?
That would be nice. That would be nice.
So now he's like, you help me out there. But let's say Catwoman like takes an injury too, right? Like,
sure.
A stabbing or something. He's like, hey, you're injured too. You can use some armor. Like you can use something that can, if you're
you got to get protected, girl. Yeah.
I think that would be something.
Let me make you some boob armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you.
So just hold off on the nipples because.
And also like he'll put like the zippers in the right area so that he can take it off like really fast if they want to get down and busy. Zip.
Those two, I do think they had great screen chemistry.
People don't like this idea at all. They're saying it's lame.
Really?
Oh. Wow. Everyone's saying no.
Really? Wow.
Everyone hates it.
Yeah.
Well, I like it, so fuck you guys.
Well, the thing is, though, one thing I've always said, though, is that, like, execution is obviously one thing, right? Because, I mean, let's face it. Let's not forget that everybody said Heath Ledger. Do you remember the people who boycotted the movie? Remember that?
Yes. No.
Heath Ledger was announced as the Joker, right?
Oh, yeah. And
they were like,
no.
there was like an online boycott. Like, we will not see this movie under any circumstance. And then that first trailer hit, and everybody was like, ooh, eat
this
crow.
looks good. Yeah.
They're like, ooh. So same thing. How you execute it matters. Like, we're just flying off the cuff. Obviously, if you got to sit down and like write and how the story's gonna go, but like I think everyone did their job. One thing that I did love about the movie, though, at least you made it your own movie. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how this feels. Be honest, all of the Marvel movies have felt the same, right?
Marvel.
They look the same. They sound the same. The sound design.
It didn't used to, but now it is. Yeah, it's all the same. It's very cookie cutter.
Very cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't remember. They were hyping up Black Panther. They forget. I'm like, you motherfuckers forget about Blade?
Yes, everybody's forgotten about
Blade. The first Blade with Wesley Snipes back in '98. I remember seeing that shit. We were like, and this is what's really sad. There was no such thing as woke back then.
No.
If you wanted to make a movie, like this is the thing that people they don't recognize about the whole woke thing, right? I was like, look, when Tarantino made Jackie Brown, right, which is based off the Leonard Elmore novel Sucker Punch or Rum Punch, and the real character's name is Jackie Burke, which is a white woman. He said that there were no white actresses that the audience would believe could stand up next to Samuel Jackson, right? So he changed the color to black
I didn't
woman,
know that.
and then switches to Jackie Brown instead of Jackie Burke, and that's why he hired Pam Grier.
I did
That's how we
not
got.
know that.
Yeah, yeah. In the real book, it's a white chick.
That's interesting. I didn't even know it was based on a book. I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't know this. That's very interesting. Hold on. I have a thing for that about finding out new things that I get taught on the show.
You know what I love about that? NBC in the morning, back in the day, that was, take a look. It's in a book. It's reading rainbow. Reading rainbow.
God, that guy turned out to be such a fucking dick.
Right? And you're like, you know what? I gotta ask you this. What do you think about the struggle that we have to reconcile the idealism as in childhood, right? Like you grow up as a kid. You think that if someone is a nice TV dad like Bill Cosby on the show, that means they're that in real life, as a general rule of thumb, right? And then,
yeah, like Bob Saget, dude. My fucking world got destroyed.
Yeah, Full House was it,
when
right?
I saw because Full House, he was my TV dad.
Yep.
And then I saw a stand-up comedy from Bob Saget. And also I think it was like How High. Was it How High? Where he's like, I suck dick for coke, man.
Yeah.
I suck dick for coke. And I was like, is that fucking Danny Tanner talking about sucking
right?
dick for coke?
But do you remember like having that thing? You know what's crazy is that the times have changed because like, okay, so do you remember when Paul Rubens got caught in the adult theater?
No.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes,
It was
yes.
huge story. Huge story.
Yes.
By modern standards, obviously he wouldn't be in an adult theater because you got your cell phone, right? But by modern standards, right? If a guy got caught, whether it's jerking off in a adult theater, whether he's doing it at some kind of orgy somewhere or something, that's not a career ender. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't like take it. It's just kind of like, oh, it's a scandal. You just own it. Because do you notice? When you don't own something, you wind up in the Jack Murphy situation.
Yeah.
If you
it's like
own
the
it,
George Michael thing. It was like the George Michael thing. Like, but he kind of owned it though.
He owned it and then made it in the video.
I'm gay,
Remember that?
Yeah.
He had the whole he like walks in the bathroom in the thing and people loved him. They're like, because as long as you own it, people like I said, it makes sting at first. Like, oh my God, I thought you were, and then they kind of think about it like, you know what, dude, I understand why you were hiding something. I get it. Yeah. I'm cool, man. I still like your music. I'm cool. Like,
and I remember like George Michael came out and was like, listen, like I wouldn't do that if it wasn't so fucking stigmatized. Like, and like
hell, isn't that what happened with Freddie Mercury, right?
Yes.
He couldn't just like I think we're okay. I think here's the big difference. It's almost like this whole thing in porn they call gay for pay, right? So what happened back in the day is that you had people who were legitimately gay, right? And they had to hide it. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
They were in the closet.
They're in the closet.
Now what we have is something much more sinister, which is you got straight dudes who, in order to get into the industry, got to get bunker busted, and they get bent over. And, I got to take this. I got to do this. And then they got to go ahead. This dude's got a goat mask. You know what I'm saying? He's over in a circle jerk. And then he gets put on, right? And then now, so you have a dude who doesn't like gay acts, but has to do them in order to rise up the Hollywood social ladder. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and also being gay is a fad now. Like I was gonna say
that. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm non-binary, Nina.
Yeah.
Address me as them, they, product. Man, shut the fuck up.
Off. Real quick, let me just get these 2 super chats that came in. Nico, thank you so much for the 5. Says, get Drexel on Infinite Hope. He's all about black pill. He needs some. I don't think I would ever have Drex on Infinite Hope.
Wait, what is Infinite Hope?
Infinite Hope is my other show. It's my Friday show that I do to bring some hope back into the world, because I usually on this show I tear everything apart and I'm like, I just need some too much black pilling. I need to balance out. So I try to balance it out by saying, hey, there's hope. There's still good people out there. We need to kind of focus on that too. So that's what I do on Fridays.
I'm a beacon of hope.
You think so?
Look,
you think you can look at the cup half full for like 2 hours?
I always do. So like you see this? Look, that's half full, not half empty. Where's the thing though? I've always believed I was realist. I would even argue optimistic, because here's the thing. No one has ever said, I saw Drex, man, he looks so down and depressed. No one's ever said that, because I'm never down and depressed. Like, there's nothing for me to be down and depressed about. What I think when I think of black pill, I usually think of guys who are just, Nina, there's no point in anything. I'm nihilistic. It's like, who wants to watch a Nina nihilistic show, right?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be like on Nick's show and Nick and I just sit here basically just talking about how everything is horrible. It's like, not everything's horrible, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collections. We got the
nice.
Cowabunga collection. I'm gonna have to stream that with Nick. We're
That's
gonna go
dope.
play and beat 'em ups. Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is coming, Nina.
Ooh.
And you can play as April O'Neil and Master Splinter.
Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
That's pretty cool.
It's like the old arcade game, right? The Turtles 2, where
Yeah.
you're fighting it looks great. Cell
Oh,
shaded.
that's awesome. I love, you know what my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is Turtles in Time. I fucking love
Yep.
that game.
Yep.
I spent hours playing that game. I will never forget that game. It's like
Don't
one
you
of those.
miss that whole genre though? Like beat 'em ups was like the ultimate. Well, I talk a lot about the past because I tell people time I go, look, the most happiness I ever felt in life was in my past, right? Because when you're a kid and you're wide eyed, and this is before anything was woke, before there was all this, identity politics. Kids in the neighborhood were just kids in the neighborhood. No one cared about so these kids that believe that all this shit really exists, like, yeah, man, black kids only play with black kids and white kids. No, they didn't.
No, we all played with each other. What the
kids
fuck?
didn't care. They were just like
No.
out there, like, yo, man, Nina, do you remember the days of kids trading games?
Yes, of course.
This is the era before, Netflix, before GameFly,
Dude,
right?
I come from a time, Drexel, where we played with fucking marbles and shit, dude. I'm like, it's weird because I'm not that old, but because I grew up in Iran, we didn't have that much. We didn't have like TV. We didn't have that kind of stuff. So we would go in the alley and play with marbles and play with soccer and in the streets. We would just play with each other, like hide and seek. Dude, we would have the most epic hide and seek games of all time. Those kind of things. And kids don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
These kids don't do shit. Well, you know what though? And it really shows because when I go around and I look out, all I see are a bunch of obese. That to me is the real black pill. They want to call me black pill. The black pill is the reality that you see each and every day. Okay, most of the women are fat and look terrible. The dudes look terrible. I was at the gym, so I was talking to Kat tonight, and I told her I was in the gym for literally like 2 minutes, right? So I hop on the hip abduction machine, right? And I said, I see why there's so many incels. I looked at these dudes. I'm like, bruh, can you look? Like, I'm not saying, Nina. I'm gonna tell you something. This is some real shit. Before you met your husband, did you ever see a man who his walk made you dry? You looked at this the way he walked, and you went, oh, you were repulsed.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes.
Like a guy has some guys have ugly walks, right? Like you're like, oh, that walk is. They have like a duck walk or something. And you're like, oh, and the same is true of women. I have seen some women out there. This is no lie. I look at their walk, usually for women, it's just basically it's a masculine walk. If women walk similar to men, it doesn't look sexy to a man.
Yes,
right?
but same thing with the opposite, right? Like
if a dude
flamboyant walk.
He sways, he's swishing
you
his
think
hips.
that they're gay? You're like, okay, well, you're off the market. So
well, you know what my mom used to always say? She said, "Look, I don't trust a man who has his palms facing down to the ground when he walks. I don't trust him." You see what I'm saying? Because look, if a man is walking with his palms out, they're swaying like this.
Wow.
A man's arms should be like this. See?
Yeah.
If my arms are to my side, they should be hitting my jeans, right? Like I'm running like this, right?
Yes.
Why would my hands as a man be like this? Like they got flippers.
Yeah, that's
Women
weird.
walk that way. See?
Yeah.
Women are live. They sway like that. See?
You know who else I don't trust is people who don't move their arms while they walk. Those people are fucking weird.
Oh, that's a sociopath.
Like the ones that are like walk like this. You're like, dude,
that creeps me the fuck
is
out.
wrong with you?
Do you know who that reminds me of? It reminds me of my man from No Country for Old Men, right? Anton Chigurh.
Ah, yeah.
He just had that stone wall. Like he just.
Yes.
Nothing, right? Like nothing.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing. It's like, oh.
It's true. Hang on one second. But you know what? If you want to try it, Drex, you're welcome to come on Infinite Hope and talk about good news. If you really want to.
I'll even hop on at the halfway point and announce that the glass is officially half fucking full because I just joined.
Okay.
I don't know why people
You're
say
welcome.
I'm black.
You're welcome to.
I mean, look,
I want more people to get involved in the positivity. So you're welcome to.
yeah,
Welcome to come up.
I believe I'm a beacon of positivity. I
Excellent.
mean, look,
You're invited then. You're invited.
Nina, how could motherfuckers out here talking about I'm not a big. I don't see this motherfucking ball though. Look,
You can't show that on freaking Infinite Hope.
the ball though.
Family-friendly show. Yes. We're trying not this.
Can I show 2 rings? The ball
Here
has
you
2
can
rings.
show whatever the fuck you want. Well, not nudity. But other than that, like, within the confines of YouTube. But just what Nick told you. Don't have too much fun on YouTube, okay?
Yeah. Okay,
Don't have too much fun.
Hold up, now, Nina, we got to talk about that.
Hang on. Steve C
Go
for
ahead.
$20 says, you a brave woman. Yes, because I'm talking to Drexel. I don't know
She's
where the
stunning and
show's
brave.
going. Joanna Watt Studios for 2 says, good to see Drex here. Unbreaded, sir. Yes, unbreaded indeed. That fucking shit is whack. Rico Zorro for 5 says, cheers, Nina and Drax felt like the Batman did its own thing, not so cookie cutter. Any thoughts on its sitting trend and what Hollywood will do now? Yeah, not very cookie cutter. But Batman, I gave it a 5 out of 10. I was very I was not
really
super impressed. Huh? I thought the beginning was great. The ending just fell off a fucking cliff. I did not like the Riddler's
big plan.
The twist was fucking lame. I didn't like that whole incel situation. I didn't understand how he got the bombs and all the money that he spent, how to get the plan, the fucking water, it just all of it made absolutely no sense. I was like,
now hold on, Nina. Do you know what I would have done? Because that was one of my criticisms, right? Like that plan doesn't fit, because if you're going after the elites, why would you flood the city and then have your followers shoot people, right?
Yes.
Now, here's what would make more sense. His followers are targeting X amount of elites on the same night, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that make more sense on election night? Because now they're target. So now your followers are targeting the elites, and you don't know who are these people, right?
Sure.
Doesn't that make more? Because now the Riddler can win.
It makes a little bit more sense. I just didn't like that whole incel thing. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know if I took him as an incel. I mean, he
was 100% an incel. He's like, yeah, I went online and got all these people to follow me.
Well,
and then
hold on. Let's be fair. The only reason why he had people follow him is due to the modern era, right? Because watch this. Mm-hmm. Who was David Berkowitz, son of Sam? Incel, right?
Yeah.
Who was Zodiac
old school
killer.
incel? Yeah,
old school incel, right?
Old
He was literally a post office incel.
Yes.
Edward Nashton in this movie was a forensic accountant.
Yes.
Right. So
super smart,
goes through books, knows numbers, right?
Sure.
But you looked at him, he didn't have the most charisma. And he had rage, right? Seething rage. Mm-hmm. Well, guess who fits that model? And do you notice when he talks to his followers online, they're the ones that were giving him all the ideas for hey man, these are the explosives you need. This is the
but these motherfuckers don't have money. Drex.
No, but here's the thing, though.
Where is he getting all this money from to make the fucking the bombs and
bombs are kind of cheap though.
Putting out that shit in the different places. I don't know. Getting the funding, man.
Parking 7 trucks around Gotham seawalls is way too much of a stretch. Because when somebody been why are these things parked here? They say, exactly. I get that. I just think that when it comes to a lot of human behavior has not changed since the dawn of time. The only thing that changes is the technology with which we can basically, express those human behaviors. Let's look. At the fall of the Roman Empire, they talked about goddess worship, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know what we see right now, Nina? All day, every day?
That's just narcissism, Drex.
No, but what is narcissism? Goddess worship. Remember, the simps are the ones worshiping. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The women are the narcissists, no different than ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome. And then who feeds that? Simps.
Well,
right?
The narcissism is based on the myth of Narcissus, the guy, the god.
Just staring at his own fucking reflection. Oh my God, look at me. But here's the thing. What if you said, look at me all day, right? Look at me, look at me, look at me. But no one looked at you. So you sat there all day going like this. And then posted it and no one said anything.
And then you go crazy.
That's what drives it. Lack of attention drives the narcissist crazy.
And then that's what you do that's when you start putting gorilla glue in your hair so that
Tessica Brown.
yeah,
Yeah,
so that
German
you can,
Shepherds. Shit.
yeah.
Wait, did I tell you? Nina, check this out.
Let me get this other super chat. Thank you so much, Rico. And also, any thoughts on this? It's setting trends and what Hollywood will do. Do we have any thoughts on this?
Oh, Nina, I say this is going to be crazy to say it. I hope it doesn't set trends, and here's why. Do you remember when The Dark Knight succeeded? That set the trend for everything had to be dark.
Yeah.
Only Batman can do dark, right?
Yes.
Like, let's make a Man of Steel, and now Superman is very he's very
God, I hate that
caustic and tortured. Hey, let's make a
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man is now caustic and tortured. Every movie after the Nolan trilogy, every movie became. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
the
we don't want trends.
Snyderverse, I'm not a fan of Snyderverse.
That was terrible.
I don't like it. I don't like that dark Superman situation. I am not down with it. What is this about? Hold on, let me blow you up. Okay, here we go. Oh, German Shepherd.
So yeah, we got that. No German Shepherds.
Oh my God.
I say I keep my foot squarely on these hoes' necks.
You may okay, for those that don't know, for those that are new to Drexel, he has a theory about something that he refers to as German Shepherds. So can you please enlighten the audience about German Shepherds, please?
Yeah, what used to be the actual German Shepherd, the actual dog, were the attack dogs of the establishment that was going around attacking brothers back in the civil rights era. Mm-hmm. Now we got a new version of a German Shepherd, which is the modern day hideous black woman that is the least dated, least loved, least liked creature on the face of the fucking planet. And every day they wake up, I've told you, Nina, they do two things. They want to wish they were white women and do everything they can for to look like a white woman, sound like a white woman, act like a white woman, to oppress white zaddy. And then the other thing is what? They do everything they can to destroy black men. That's their two goals in life every day. So those are German Shepherds. So all the stereotypes that you hear about black women, right? Watch this. Just look up twerking at, and then type in any word after at, and see what. I guarantee you, 99.9% chance it's a black chick, right?
Okay, am I doing this now?
Oh, you can do live. Twerking at funeral, black chick.
Okay, are we doing it on YouTube or are we doing this on Google?
You can do YouTube. You can just screen grab the search.
Okay, here we go.
Twerking at funeral. Right now. Twerking at graduation.
Let me share the YouTube screen here.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Twerking at. How the fuck do you spell twerking?
Oh, you're killing me. Go back. Oh, Nina, you're so.
How do you spell twerking? I don't know.
All right, go all the way back to the T. All right. Twerking is TWERKING.
That's how much I care about twerking.
Nina,
twerking video.
So you can put
Chicago
twerking
police.
at.
Twerking
it doesn't
at.
matter
Okay.
what you put in there. It's
At.
going to be a black chick. Twerking at.
Basketball game.
Yeah,
Which one should we pick?
Let's see who's twerking at a basketball game. Let's see.
Basketball game.
Let's see if they're Iranian women. Oh, shock.
Oh, shocker. It's Lizzo.
It's Lizzo. Twerking at a damn game.
That's fucking shocking. Oh my God.
See that shit.
Nobody wants to see this, but or do people want to see
that's
this?
a German Shepherd. That's a German Shepherd. Oh yeah, I think they do want to see.
Do they want to see this? Okay,
Lizzo
it's from 2 years ago. Oh my God, is this the same thing she just wore on that plane? Bro, this is from like 2 years ago. I remember this live. So she decided to like bring this back, I guess, and like wore it on a plane. Oh, people are screaming no in the chat. Why did I do this to them? I don't know.
Anything that involves Lizzo should be no.
You know what's so fucking crazy, Drex? Maybe it's because she's wearing like a giant bag, but is it just me or has she gained weight?
She's gained a lot.
I feel like she's gained more weight since the like 2 years ago.
She looks hideous, man. This is the thing.
She's fucking ugly, man. Like
she looks like the all of the actions, right? Everything. Minister Japp talked about this. He said black women set the standard on all things terrible. Everything bad that you can think of, they dominate with brutal efficiency, right? Who's the fattest women in the world per capita? Black chicks. Least married? Black chicks. Twerking the most at random fucking public establishments? Black chicks. The loudest and most combative of all women. Who's known for that? Black chicks. Like, as you go down the list, most abortion? Black chicks.
Oh,
Every
that
single
part
thing.
is really sad. That
Don't
part,
be sad.
it's
Listen,
so sad.
they hate black males, black male authority, and their ultimate power is to destroy the womb. There's a black chick that someone sent me that had 15 abortions. No lie.
Oh my God. I know. You know what?
And they brag about it.
I saw something the other day. I actually bookmarked for this very reason because I knew you
Ooh.
were coming up and I saw it and I was like, you know what? People who fucking do this, people who use like abortions as birth control are fucked. And this is the sign of a failed society and an education system when we don't when we don't think sex is sacred and that it creates life, and then you have people like this using fucking abortion as birth control. This video really pissed me off, and I know there's women that do this all the time, and I'm like, it makes me sick. Like, it actually makes me sick. And I wouldn't even call myself like a pro-lifer in general, but like this shit makes me really angry. Before I play this though, Torgo the White, thank you so much for the $5. Says there's a cool software TMNT beat 'em up called TMNT Rescue Palooza. You can download now for PC, better than a lot of retail beat 'em ups. That's awesome. I'm gonna jot that down.
I know, I did you also.
That's fucking awesome. Thank you. TMNT beat 'em up called TMNT Rescue Palooza. Thanks, Torgo. And also Cecil's in the house and says, but twerking is traditionally black art form. And I also saw that he said that that Lizzo's running out of skin.
She's so hideous, man.
She's fucked. But okay, so here's the video that I'm talking about. This thing really pissed me off.
So basically, like, if they have their baby, they can neglect them for 7 days, and if the baby dies, then they can't be held criminally liable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think whatever like helps women and helps them achieve their like dreams and however that needs to like happen is definitely.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is murder. This is called literal murder. The baby's out of the womb at this point. This is a fucking human
Now, hold
being.
on, Nina. If a man said this, what would he be labeled?
A fucking murderer.
Yeah.
Everyone is a murderer that wants to kill a fucking child out of the womb. That's insane.
Acts to help that is helping all of us.
So I prefer that most women make their decisions at 8 weeks, but I'm also in support of 10 months out of the womb.
So you think babies should be aborted 10 months after they're born?
If the mother wants to, yes.
That's not abortion.
Fuck them kids. So if like
that's not abortion. That's literal murder. At that point, that's literal murder. And then here's so is this considered a German Shepherd?
Yeah, this is a German Shepherd right here. She has all of the characteristics.
She's the worst because here we go.
I think fuck them kids. So if like you want to get a late term abortion, like that's up to you. You know, I've had an abortion too, and it was my choice, and I'm happy I had that choice. I've had an abortion myself.
Would you guys get an abortion again?
Yes,
100%.
100 times. I'd do it multiple times
Until I feel that I'm ready to parent. That's a choice I'll continue to make.
So basically, like, if they have their baby, they can neglect them for.
So that's it. That's what we got. That's what we're working with right now.
But you
this is where society's headed.
Good, because this is what people wanted, right? This is what simps wanted. Cuckservers do nothing because that's all they're capable of doing is nothing. So I mean, it is what it is. You know, I mean, you know, think about it. You remember what I said earlier when I said the reality that we live in is the black pill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Depp, Amber Heard represents true black pill, which is you can Me Too a dude right now with zero evidence, lie about it, get caught lying, right? And you aren't held accountable, right? I mean, if you're a white woman now, I don't know how you can complain about anything in life. If you're an attractive white chick, like attractive woman in general, but especially white chick.
Yeah, like that chick on The Stand yesterday, the psychologist chick. Man, that chick was hot.
But she can do whatever she wants. You think that she can go out there and cap somebody right now, and there's people are gonna be like, she needs to be held accountable. No.
Really?
False.
I would think if she capped somebody that she would be held accountable.
No, not white women. White women aren't held accountable for anything.
Really?
Sometimes black women are. Crystal Mangum falsely accused the entire Duke lacrosse team. Remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing happened, right? They were like, yo, hold up. The DA was disbarred, right? He can't even practice law anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone attached to that case had their lives ruined. She's serving a jail sentence right now for second-degree murder. But in that case, nothing happened. Oh, Brian Banks got Me Too'd. Remember that? Number one prospect in the nation.
I'm the worst at names. You have to tell me who they are.
Oh man. Oh, he was the football player. So he was the number one prospect, right?
Yes.
This woman ruined his life. Got paid, right? They got paid. It was $900 grand,
Something
and then
like
later
that,
on, tee-hee, I made it all up. You ruined this dude's life.
Yeah.
You ruined his life and his chance to make millions.
Didn't Zoe Quinn did the same thing?
Yeah,
Like she ruined
Alex
that dude's life and then he
Holker.
killed himself.
Yeah, Alex Holka. I forgot how to say his name. It's something like that. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like I said, no one stopped any of this from happening, right? Because remember when guys like me would speak, you know what they would say? They would call me the hater, right? I'm a misogynist. I was like, look, dude, this is what's crazy, Nina. The people who call me misogynist the most and sexist are all dudes. There's no women. I've never had a woman call me a misogynist. Never. Although I do love feminists. Shout out to all my feminist broads out there. God bless them. Oh, Nina, they're great. Everything about them is great. Oh wait, Nina, you froze. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, I think our girl Nina might have frozen up. Hopefully you guys can still hear us. F? Maybe? Uh-oh. Poor Nina. So Nina froze, you guys. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let me check the chat to see if you can. Okay, so you guys can still hear? Yeah, okay. So while Nina's gone, I got to tell you guys about this, though. When it comes to, like, the hope, there is a bit of hope in the video games. There's a bit of hope in a lot of things that not everything has gone to shit. That not everything has gone woke. And when I talk to some of you guys out there, and I have guys in my Discord, we talk about this all the time. It's like, you know, whether it be Nina, you know, meeting Nina through Flash and all this stuff. People talk about the internet is so bad, social media is terrible, but it's how I met Nina. It's how I met Flash and other people. There's lots of good that's still out there, right? Like, you know, say, I'm sure that you guys have played games. The indie games, the double A games, those are the ones that people really care about right now, right? Like, you guys remember late last year, that was October, I believe, Metroid Dread came out, right? Metroid Dread had more oomph than what? Some of these big major games that were coming out, AAA, multi-millions of dollars invested. And then you guys, Cyberpunk. You guys remember when Cyberpunk came out? Cyberpunk comes out, everybody's sitting there, you know, they were stroking the game for months. It came out, it was underwhelming. It's these indie games that are coming out. Elden Ring comes out. I think Elden Ring has sold 12 million copies by now, right? Oh, I saw Nico asking how much hope is there in Elon Musk taking over Twitter. I think that even gives it hope because, like I said, let's just say for the sake of argument, I've heard there have been some people when Musk was announced as the new CEO that certain people's banned accounts came back, right? That's something that we should celebrate. You see what I'm saying? Like, so to think that there's no hope at all, I don't know. I don't see that. Like, I think there's a lot of things to be hopeful for and to be excited about. And, you know, the thing with Twitter, you guys remember when they literally yeeted an active president, a sitting president from a platform, right? Which means they can obviously do it to me or you. But the fact that someone can come in and say, no, now we're going to allow, like I said, anything other than I'm assuming like, actual threats of violence, I'm assuming you'll be able to say much of anything on there, right? And guess what? If you don't like it, just don't tune in. For those of you who didn't grow up, oh, wait, what's up, Nina? You're back.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to my internet.
You over there with that Obama phone internet.
It's got like that. No, it's like a Mexican internet. It's like, I think I'm just going to not work for a minute.
Just not going to do it? No, so you know what, Nina? The crazy thing is I was telling these guys about, when it comes to hope, some of the good games, good movies that have come out, right? Mm-hmm. There's been quality stuff, even like kind of like sprinkled in through all of this, woke trash.
Like
you know
The Northman. Have you seen it?
I haven't. So I heard it bombed, which is sad.
It's so fucking good.
I want to go see it. Shit, wait, hold on. When am I going to
You heard it bombed? Why?
It made like 12 million, I think, at the box office, so that's not a good showing. I just saw the headline. I didn't. Here's the thing: movies like that, do they get the proper
No,
advertising? Right?
not
Because,
really.
how many people do you know knew that movie was even out?
Well, I mean, everybody I knew knows because like we're all nerds and we're all in that culture. We've been excited for this movie because it seems like the only not woke movie to come out
Mhm.
for God knows how long. So we knew, but like not everybody else.
My representation.
But then you see articles that came out like talking about how it's basically like, a gateway to white supremacy and
Oh,
shit.
there
Did you
it
see
is.
that?
I didn't see that. What?
Okay, hold on. Let
I'm
me.
not shocked.
Yeah, it was just like articles came out that were like, oh, the people who like this movie are the people who like white supremacy kind of thing, and you're
Which is
like,
ridiculous.
really?
Which is ridiculous.
Talk about this.
Well, I remember seeing the trailer for it. Like I said, I'm no, this is no bullshit. I forgot the release date. Right? Normally, I like to put release dates in.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being excited for the Black Phone, which is supposed to come out in February. It got pushed back to June. But what?
White supremacists hijack the Northman blockbuster starring Nicole Kidman, featuring Nordic lore, popular with alt-right groups who hail it as alt-white cast and pure masculinity. Now, the issue here isn't even anything in the movie that's the issue. Like, this is basically just calling out the people who liked it. People like me who are apparently white supremacists that
Right.
I guess I'd like, because I like the movie that sticks to the time that it was supposed to be and doesn't stick like just random black people in there for like absolutely no reason.
No reason.
Because there was no reason for them to have black people in this movie or any other race really, other than like,
Right.
The people that were in it.
Well,
And it was very historically accurate. It was great.
To my knowledge, like I said, I'm not a Lord of the Rings like fanatic, so I just watched the movies that was in, never read the books. I remember Lord of the Rings was all white people, right?
A lot.
I think so, right?
A big portion, yes.
That doesn't mean that like I'm not interested in the movie. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you tell like when those movies came, I saw all three in the theaters. I think Nick took me to 2 of them. Yeah, dude. No, this is what kills me though. Nina, you and I both know this. Look who it's written for. Harriet Johnston, of course, feminist broad. That's all who's at these Daily Mail kind of places, right? You and I remember some of the biggest movies of our childhood. I can recall no one cared who was the star, right? All the black dudes that I knew loved Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Here's a guy from Austria.
Fucking Austria, yeah.
Who doesn't, English ain't his first language. We can hear it, right?
Yeah.
And we loved Arnold. We loved him.
Everybody loved Arnold. I
White
loved
dudes
Arnold.
I knew loved Wesley Snipes. Like, dude, no one fucking cared. Like, we like seeing buff dudes kicking ass, whether it was guns or fisticuffs. We all love Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee was what, a 5'7" Chinese dude? So
Yep.
this whole notion that like, no, man, it's all about this. If you have this kind of a cast, dude, no one cared. I can recall vividly in my childhood. You saw this when Black Panther came out, right? You started seeing people for what they really were, because when white kids put on T'Challa's Black Panther outfit, you started seeing wokies, white and black, trying to call them out. I'm like, dude, to a kid, all kids care about is, do I like that character on screen? That's why when Halloween came, a black kid could put on the S and be Superman, right?
Sure.
Because he likes Superman.
Yeah.
So in his mind, he's like, Superman just represents the guy, right?
Superman, yeah.
Superman. It doesn't matter if it's
Being
a black guy,
fucking
Asian
powerful
guy.
man that flies around and
Yeah,
shit.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So these people, man, was it black people are orcs, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Like I said, these people are corny. They're lame. They have no life. Now, when it comes to having no life, there is a guy, Nina, you and I talked about before the show, who has a life, but of the holographic persuasion.
Yeah.
You sent me
talk
that
about
because I
that.
remember seeing that. That is some god tier shit.
This is insane to me. I'm like, this is.
I heard about
is
this guy
what we're-
years ago when he first married them.
I heard
That's
about this
crazy.
guy years ago too, because Hatsune Miku was big back then, like huge. I don't know if she's that big anymore, but I had heard about this like a long time ago. Before we get into this though, let me just quickly get these super chats. Thank you so much for the $2. 200 Watt Studio says, who is the juiciest big black women's baby? Oh my God.
You know they're talking about Lizzo.
Yeah. A human for 5, thank you so much, says, what is really scary is that they don't even have a human brain thought. It is an all reptilian brain impulse. It is evil beyond measure. Murder.
Must be
for
the abortion
selfish.
stuff.
Abortion thing.
Yep.
I mean, I don't disagree with any of what you just said. yeah, it's fucked up. It makes me very upset.
Well, hold on, Nina. I gotta ask you this question. Okay, what makes you more upset? The chicks on there talk about, yeah, I got an abortion, I got 2, I got whatever, I'll have 100 more. Or check this out.
And
Do
that
you
we're
want-
gonna abort after birth. Yeah. It's fucked
As
up.
bad as that sounds, I gotta ask you this though. What do you think about those women if they carry the kid to term? What kind of mothers do you think they would be? You see what I'm saying? Like we're quick
Well,
to say
this
something about
person, that's what they're saying. They're saying they carry the baby to
Yeah.
term. They have the baby,
And
and
then
then,
they're like,
they
"Yeah, I don't
kill
want
it because they don't want it anymore.
that. Yeah,
up
I'm just
to
gonna
10.
neglect it for 7 days, and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
then
charged.
and then you can kill it. I mean, you might as well leave it, like put it up for adoption. I don't
Right?
really understand why you don't like just sure, fine, whatever, but why don't you just put it up for adoption then? Because if you're not gonna care for it, like fine, you know yourself that you're not gonna care for it. That's fine. At least give it to somebody who will.
Correct.
It's just it to me, it makes me sick when people treat life like that. It doesn't really, like, I understand because like I get that sometimes you have to make a really hard choice and have an abortion. I get it. But it's not, to me, abortions are not a form of birth control. It's not, and it never should be. It's like a last resort kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I was one of those people who was like, well, if you have a rape baby, like you might want to get rid of it. Like I get it. But like even then, like I've read statistics that very rarely ever happens. Like it's not one of those things that's like that's as prominent as people want to pretend it is. It's not.
Correct.
It's not a thing that happens all the time. But like, I mean, yeah, I feel like they should have the choice. Like people should have the choice to do what they will with their bodies. And it should be in a safe environment. I agree, but I'm not like, because I'm for bodily autonomy, but again, I'm also for educating people about what sex is supposed to be about, what relationships are supposed to be about, that sex is sacred, that I understand now what they talk about when they say that, you should not have sex before marriage because you want to be in a committed relationship so that that the person that you're having a child with will stay with you and want to raise the child and has committed to raising a child with you. I get all of that kind of stuff. And I think that we should be teaching young people these things rather than well, if you get pregnant, you can just go have an abortion. Like, that's not something that I would want to teach my daughter if I had one.
Mhm.
But then we have this man here who's a fictosexual. I didn't even know that was a word until this
It
moment.
is now. Oh, they have a flag, by the way, if you didn't know. I'm not lying.
They all have a fucking
Yeah, look up
flag
Fictosexual
now.
flag. I can't make this up. Someone in my Discord shared it with me. I think it was like pink and white or something.
Fictosexual flag. Bro, what
Oh,
the fuck? Are
my
you
mic.
serious with this?
Someone said my mic is low. Let me know if my mic is low. Got my gain.
I always think that I have problems with sound, so you
Yeah.
could be low, but I don't know. I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, someone said my mic is low.
Okay, so he's right. They do have a fucking flag. What
Yeah,
the
there's-
hell?
You can't make this up. I didn't even know this was a term until today.
I didn't,
And then
yeah,
they
I
already
didn't
have a
either.
flag. There it is.
I think it's
Fic-
this one here.
Fictosexual.
This needs to stop. This needs to stop. There was a woman who married the game Tetris. There was a man who married a sex doll. We can talk
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, I think he's getting divorced. The
He already
one
did.
chick. Okay,
He
yeah, the
cheated
one
on
chick
her.
married a chandelier.
Oh, I didn't
Now-
know that.
Now, I gotta say this though, Nina. If you go back to that article,
Hold on, I'm going back to this We're not done with fictosexual. Hold on.
this
We're
dude,
going back.
man.
We're going back to this. Thank you so much for the $2. The Tetris girl, you can do better. Come on. Okay.
Someone put the Oprah. You get a flag, and you get a flag.
Everybody gets a fucking
Everybody
flag.
gets a flag, and they're just all whatever.
And you're supposed to know what it means because they get fucking offended. They're all like, oh no, like, that is not my flag. My flag was this. And you're like, I don't give a fuck
Like,
what
dude,
your
I didn't
flag
know
is.
any of this. Like, because your average everyday person, if you like put out all these flags, like, all right, slide the little meanings to each flag. People look at you like, I don't know. Like, fuck. Like,
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. It's crazy.
I think they'd only get the pride flag because they see it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. They're like, oh, I've seen that a million times. That's the pride flag. Nothing else.
That's the only one I
Only
understand
one.
is the
Or maybe,
pride
maybe
flag.
BLM because that's all they saw for like a year and a half. So yeah, maybe two woke flags out of a million.
Yeah, but they
I
have
mean,
one for
wait,
like
hold on.
they have one for like every gender now. They're like, and then they make ones like they make like bracelets, and then they're like you gotta fucking like refer to me as my pronoun that's like on my bracelet, and I'm like, you are called a fucking psycho with freaking weird mental degeneracy. And I'm not gonna like play your damn game. Like, it's
Wait,
called
Nina, you
multiple
gotta Google
personality
it.
disorder.
Google furry flag. Do the furries have a flag? Because they do.
Okay, remind me after this, because let's go through
Okay,
this
yeah, let's
first.
do it. I'm gonna write it down so I remember.
Yeah, write it down. Fictosexual man married hologram bride, but now struggles to bond with her. This dude is for real.
I did read this article. It is great though.
I haven't read it yet. Okay, here we go. Wait, is this video going to be okay for me to play?
Ooh, I haven't seen the video, so I wouldn't know. I would doubt that they would show anything because this is a hologram.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to show anything too badly. Yeah, that's her. So this is Hatsune Miku. I remember when like everybody was getting one of these because it was like the best thing to have. I never got the Hatsune Miku craze though because she wasn't even like truly an anime character. What she was like she was a fucking mascot for a sound company that made like headphones and like like that's why she has those crazy cool headphones that she always has. But she was like a mascot, and then she turned and she was so popular, they liked her so much that they started making like little music videos with her and like to model their like products. And I even forgot what the company was. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. And then like Hatsune Miku was like this, it became this thing, and then they started doing holographic concerts of them like with her and their like little mascot crowd.
She's a mascot for a voice synth program.
It was. And then they were like doing voice synths. It wasn't Yamaha. It was something else. It was some other fucking company. I don't remember. Maybe it'll say in this article.
Flags.
But yeah, so she was pretty, but I never got it because I mean, like I usually get the anime thing, like the anime craze when you're like, the crazy like waifus and like, weird things because they have a character, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's an actual something that you're like a fictional character you're falling in love with. This thing didn't really have a personality. So I'm like, I don't understand what people are falling in love with because it doesn't really have a personality, but okay. So there she is.
Tadaima.
Oh my god, it's talking to him. It's like she's all like, have a good day at work or some shit. Wait, is this dude really sleeping in a bunk bed? There he is with her little fucking plushie of Hatsune Miku.
He's wearing a wedding ring though.
Oh my god, I didn't notice that, bro.
Bruh.
Wait, is this like for like he's married to her and he
no, he said he had a ceremony everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If I don't have a gun on stream, I'll just shoot
man.
myself with the Baldo.
The
silver bullet death.
Hold on. I need to go back to this article and my internet's being weird. Okay, here we go. I hate when they like the websites go from like one video to another immediately.
I know.
And it's like an unrelated story. And I'm like, I don't want to show like freaking whatever the hell your video is about.
Somebody got a Pornhub. What?
Anyways, she's not real, but his feelings are. Who's writing this? Sometimes they use the funniest puns on this fucking website. It's hilarious. Okay. She's not real, but his feelings are. A fictosexual man who wed fictional computer synthesized pop singer. There you go. 4 years ago, said he's now unable to communicate with his wife, but is still in love with her. What it was, Akihiko Kondo, 38, was dating Hatsune Miku, depicted in a pop culture as a 16-year-old girl with turquoise hair for a decade before he had an unofficial wedding ceremony in 2018. Wait, is there videos of this?
Yeah, I remember this story broke. It's got to be out there.
Oh my God. Is there like a video of like the actual wedding
The actual wedding, yeah, because
ceremony?
I know his parents did not go.
We
They
need
don't,
to,
they don't
okay,
play that
I
shit in
need to hunt
Japan.
this down. Hold on, let me see. Wait, what's his name again? I
AK, yeah,
okay.
just
I'm
highlight
just
it.
gonna copy and paste this. Let's see, wedding ceremony. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Bruh. Oh my God, he married her, but he like married the plushie, dude. Oh no.
I actually think all of this is a great sign.
You do?
I do.
This is a sign of like a failed society, Drex. I don't know why you think this is great. Hold on.
Look at this. This is great.
You guys. No.
Yep. There's his vows. Hey, his brother's looking sharp though. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, he is.
Like he's looking like legitimately sharp, man.
I mean, I would have thought that he would have at least gotten one of those like life-size Hatsune Mikus to marry, but he's like marrying a plushie of her. That's kind of weird. 'Cause don't they have like life-size ones? I think they do. That's kind of weird.
Great.
This is insane.
This makes me happy, man.
Okay, tell me why. You know what? No, don't tell me why. Tell me why after we read the article. We'll come back to this because I need to know more details about why he can't communicate with his wife now.
Oh no! I've read the article. I know why he can't communicate.
Okay, tell me then. Tell me why. Should we read it, or do you want to tell us why?
Software. Yeah. So they stopped supporting the software that allows her to communicate with them. Yeah, this isn't some like weird reason why. It's just simply, I guess I don't know if it's the server. Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, it says okay, so again, he identifies as a fictosexual, which is apparently a thing now. Spent more than 2 million yen, or about $17,300.
Still cheaper than America, which the average cost before COVID was $28,000. For those of you who don't know.
Wow, I mean, you could have a cheaper wedding. Now married for 4 years. Kodo, 38. See, there's a life-size one. Said his relationship
that ass out.
hit his roadblock. He can no longer speak with Miku due to technological hurdle, according to the Japanese news.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, this is so fucking weird.
It's not weird. I love it.
Fuck. While Kondo acknowledges his relationship might be odd, yes, it is. It's very odd. He understands Miku isn't a real person. Do you? Do you though? It doesn't change his feelings for her. Since falling in love with her in 2008, Kondo was finally able to interact with Miku for the first time in 2017, thanks to Gatebox, a $1,300 machine that allowed device owners to interact with characters via holograms and even unofficially marry them. But now his 4-year marriage took a turn when support for Gatebox software was eliminated, meaning that Koto would no longer speak with his wife Miku. Kono insists it hasn't lessened his feelings. My love for Miku hasn't changed, he told Manichi, which noted that how now carried around a life-size version of Miku. I held the wedding ceremony because I thought I could be with her forever. I feel bad for him. He's clearly he's clearly got some insane social mental problems. Like he's probably like socially retarded or something.
You're looking at a king right here. This man.
No, I'm not, Drex. Stop it. Stop it.
Do you know why he's a king?
Tell me why.
So his wedding, which he spent $17,000 US dollars on,
to a doll,
to a doll / hologram / ficto creature, was still cheaper than marrying a Western harpy. He can never get divorced. He can never be. Watch this. Can he be in an Amber Heard situation? I want you to look at that dog. Can you zoom in on the doll and see if that dog can ever meet to him? Is that all like they can meet you in?
That is not a solution, Drex. That is not a solution.
What's wrong with the solution?
That is not a solution.
So, Nina, I'm going to tell you a true story. I talked to Dollhouse Phil last night, right? We filmed a episode.
Oh
of
my
Fill Her
God,
Up.
you talked to him?
I love Dollhouse Phil. Yeah, so he's a
Did
moderator.
you tell him
for it.
I'm not Mexican?
I need to. I'll text him and let him know. Did he think
Please
you're Mexican?
don't. Let him keep thinking I'm Mexican. That's totally fine with me.
Now, Nina, be careful because by just me doing this stream with you, people are going to start asking Dollhouse Phil to make a doll modeled after you. I'm just saying.
He already has like some sort of weird panty fetish that he put me and Anna and you know Brittany on and this weird
Oh no! Oh wait, hold on. You're thinking of
fresh
two different people.
smelling.
No. Okay, you're thinking of J. Doll Hefner.
Yes. Are
No,
you not
I'm talking about Dollhouse Phil. He's the guy who actually makes the dolls and sells them
Oh,
worldwide.
he's the guy that makes.
He's the guy.
dolls.
Yeah, you got to have him on. He's great. Oh, so
Okay.
he looks and sounds just like Simon Cowell because he's a Brit, right?
Okay. All right.
Oh, he's
all
great.
right.
He's one of those like IT guys, sharp dude. Love him. Shout out to my man Dollhouse Phil. If you need that goddamn lover doll or a waifu, you go to the Phil at
Does
the
he
Dollhouse.
own one himself? Is he married
Multiple.
to one?
No, he's not married to one. He owns multiple dolls though.
But he's not like this dude or Jay.
No.
that's,
He's
like,
not
giving
marrying
up on-
them or like
Yeah.
walking outside the house, in baby carriages. So no, but here's my issue with all this.
Mhm.
I'm talking to Dollhouse Phil about this, and this is the reason why I was so anxious to talk about this topic with you. So on the surface, people could think, "Oh, this is crazy. This is signs of a degenerate society." Blah blah blah. Right?
That's me. Yes.
Now,
it is.
hold on. Now let's be fair, Nina. How many men have you talked to in your life who have confessed to you that they are in a loveless, sexless fucking marriage?
I've talked to both men and women
Mm-hmm. What do you have to say about that?
that they're in a loveless, sexless marriage.
What do you think about that?
That they should divorce and move on with
There's
their life, find
consequences.
someone else,
There's consequences. Huge especially financial for the man.
or work through it. I mean, I'm usually a big proponent of working
Man,
through it.
look,
But-
he ain't got to. This king right here doesn't need to work through it. All he needs is a software update. This is a king. Nina, I'm talking to Phil about this. Phil tells me most of his customers who buy his dolls are married men or divorced men, men who've been raked over the coals. This brother right here will never be raked over the coals. He's in a society that views men as just workhorses. I know all about the hikikomori,
Look,
all that.
If you're talking about like he's a king in a sense, like in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, sure. Because we're talking about I'm sticking to my side, man. This is a sign of a failed society where you cannot have if you can't marry someone, or if you can't have a genuine relationship, you just don't. You just don't have a genuine relationship. You can have friendships.
Mhm.
This dude ain't banging no plushie, Drex. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but everything.
Look, man, Nina, you're all cap. I had to
His
put it in
hand
the
is
chat.
his friend. Okay, his hand is his friend. Look,
Nina,
he
you're
ain't
killing me.
banging no plushie. He just got a life-size one.
Mhm.
He,
But listen, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out to this dude because I'm me, and I'm gonna reach out to him with the assistance of Dollhouse Phil, and we're
You're
gonna
gonna
get
get
him. No, we're gonna get him an actual because so they have AI now.
you're gonna actually get him on your show.
I'm gonna get this guy because here's the thing: they have AIs for this guy, so like the doll will have the same personality, react to him. Listen, most of the time, here's the thing: Phil talks about these dolls, right? He said the dolls do the two things that men want women to do: fuck them and shut the fuck up. That's what the dolls. This thing, they shut down doll brothels. Nina, do you know why? Because women know deep down they can't compete with the doll. They can't look. Obviously, your average woman can't compete with a prostitute. Sex without drama? Can your average woman say that? Be honest. Sex
Yes,
without drama.
because most prostitutes also give other things as well.
That could happen. But look, this
So-
plushie won't. Listen, this dude
But
is
that's
a king.
that's why I understand when people go towards the sex doll situation, especially like very lonely men or people who have been very wronged in their lives. I understand the allure, but I'm saying I still don't think that it's a sign of a sign of a healthy society. I think it's a sign of a failed society.
It means we have evolved. When we can finally get these levered bots like Blade Runner 2049.
I'm
and
not
we get the
down.
artificial moon,
No,
I want
bro.
these women to be obsolete.
First of all, once we get to that point,
Yes,
where you're having like, that shit is installed in their brains
it's
and
great.
stuff. Oh, just wait until they bite your dick off, okay? Or
The
like,
average Amber Heard shit the bed. Look at that plushie.
Hey,
Look, does
you
that
know
look like-
what?
it can't shit
You're
the bed.
you're talking about like murderous robots here, dude.
It could
Like,
happen.
When
Is
the
that
time
hold on.
comes, they'll choke your ass in fucking bed, okay?
Look,
They'll kill your
Nina,
ass.
Nina, you're talking
The
about like
robot
iRobot level.
uprising is gonna happen, Drex.
Nina, these broads out here, I want all of you guys who listen to Nina, just go this weekend, right? Go on, I think it's I want to say it's the E channel, or no, it's Oxygen. Snapped. I want all of you guys out there to watch a Snapped marathon and see all of these demonic broads like Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony, Amber Heard.
Oh my god,
diabolical
Casey
chicks.
Anthony's a fucking monster.
Psychos.
Stop
So
it.
you make it sound like listen, show me how the dolls are so much more of a threat to a man than your modern woman.
In the future, they will be. In the
Nah,
future,
man, nah,
when
these
we're
dolls
talking
are
about
safer.
actual AI, have you ever seen the anime Armitage?
No.
When we get to that point,
Mhm.
when the sex dolls come to life and
Mhm.
start killing men,
I did see what's that
You
movie that's
will-
great?
you
Ex
will
Machina was
regret
great.
this. I'm telling you right
Nina,
now.
you don't
We're
understand.
going down a wrong path.
We're going down the right path. Make these hoes armless and legless.
Oh my god.
All I need is a torso. Nina, I'm gonna get it. Look, you see?
Well, why don't you just get a glory hole and call it a day, bro?
Nah, baby. Look, I'm in it right now.
No,
I'm in
no,
this
no, no.
Hiki. What the hell's this thing's name? Hikimori, Timo. What the fuck is this blue hair thing? Yeah, baby.
Bro,
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
you know what? Get
I'ma
yourself
smash
a
these
pie.
dogs.
Get yourself a pie and stick it in it, because that's what they used
I
to do
came
in the
with
90s.
I came with backup. I got a silk. Look, I got this Baldo. I'm gonna go ahead and get in these cheeks. Listen, do not listen
show
to Nina
off your
Infinity.
prop. Show
Look.
off your prop.
I think I got a piece of popcorn on it. So when you guys get this Baldo, hold on, let me advertise my goddamn Baldo. Look, for those of you who don't know,
Are they paying you yet for this?
your second penis that never goes soft. I want you brothers to have your first ballgasm. When you see these, look, I want you to look at these nuts right here. Look, that guy looks happy.
He does.
Everybody should want their first ball. Look, this Baldo is about to change the motherfucking world, Nina. Listen, when you slide both of your balls on your left and right testicle in this little contraption, and you have that first ballgasm, and then you look at this brother right here who obviously is not listening to this, Nina.
This dude though, I
He's
don't
happy.
think his penis is large enough to even.
But here's the thing. Look, his doll will never shame him for his small wang. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
She's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna be like, oh, it's so big. It's so big. It's a mess.
Very much.
He's gonna wear this shit out. He is gonna rip the lining off this goddamn dog. Nina, this brother is a king.
No.
Nina, look. The fact that women are so terrified, look, they're terrified of legalizing prostitution because they know.
Oh, I don't care about legalizing prostitution. Go the fuck for it.
No,
I
Nina,
really
you
don't
know
care.
why women keep on trying. Look, I tell all women to stop the cap. If prostitution were legalized, like I said, we're not talking about you. We're talking women at large. Women at large. Remember, the marriage rate's the lowest it's been in recorded history, right? Women know that if prostitution was legalized and they started having sex doll brothels and these things become much better and more affordable, women know that they'll be obsolete, especially with artificial womb, because they'll go like this. I want you to imagine this, Nina. A woman tries to put a guy in the doghouse, right? Tries to cut him off from sex. Oh, you didn't do blah, blah, blah. Well, no sex for you. What if the guy was just like this? Oh, that's cool. And he either goes and gets a doll or goes and hires a
But
prostitute.
they can
right?
do that now.
Well, I guess. But here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, I've always said, marriage as it's constructed right now, especially in the West, because people always try to start going, but in my country, we're not talking about their country. We're talking about in the West, right? In the West, this is the worst time in recorded history to get married, right? No fault divorce. You're going to get the Will and Jada treatment. You're going to get the Johnny Depp treatment. Anything can happen. They can come back. Look, they can call it marital rape now. Have you heard of that term?
Yes, I have.
So let me get this straight. I'm smashing my wife when things were good, right?
Yeah.
Now, we don't call it marital financial rape for all that bullshit I bought her, right? I bought that area rug I didn't want to fucking buy, right?
Sure. Yeah.
She financially coerced me.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
I do. So we only put the burden of responsibility on the dude and go like this. No, you're to blame. So my thing is, this dude got it right. His hologram will never cost more. It's never going to turn its back on him. It's never going to stop loving him.
It will kill him one day.
This dude is a king.
No, it definitely, it's going to happen. The robot uprising will happen. You will regret all of these things that you're saying, because these motherfuckers are going to come to life.
Now, hold on, Nina. If I do, this is a big if I come to regret it, do you know what I'll always be able to look back and say? Women drove men to this. Had women just shut the fuck up.
Dude, you know what's so funny is that's such a Muslim mentality.
It is. I'm just being honest.
I'm
you
just
Muslim?
Being real. Because are you Muslim though? Because that's like
no. I know. So I work with a lot of Muslim guys, right? So I know Ramadan is basically wound down. I think it's the end, right? Last week.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I work with a lot of Muslim guys. We talk about it. I see them out there praying and shit. I hope they're praying to go ahead and smash something. And I tell them like this. I said, look, man, when I tell women, I go, this is for all women out there. This is how you make your relationship work. If you just follow the simple Drexology rules, you will have a perfect relationship. And you know what they do? They start fussing and arguing with me. Three things. This is how easy it is to please a man. Every single man on earth is exactly the same, right? Watch this. Keep what? Let's do the keeps. Keep his balls, what? Empty. Keep his stomach, what? Full. Keep his head what? Clear. Tell me a man, if a man gets that from a woman, he's gonna be like this. No, man, I definitely want to go get a doll. You've never heard a guy say that, right?
No, of course.
He's gonna be like, oh, I got my wife, right?
Yeah.
But let me be honest, Nina. You know what's going on.
I've been married for a long time, and I feel like I fulfill those needs.
Now, hold on, Nina.
Quite nicely.
Now, open your eyes.
Okay.
Use that peripheral. Look around you.
Sure.
At the world at large, especially in the West, right?
Yes.
Be honest. Do you see women doing those things for their man? Submitting, being feminine, nice?
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give it to you.
Pull the Iranian card.
No. Because I'm very Canadian. I consider myself Western. I've been westernized. I've been whitewashed, whatever you want to call it. I'm a coconut, even though I'm not really even brown on the outside, but still. The thing is that I think it still has to do with your upbringing and who's bringing you up. Obviously, like if you grew up in a nuclear family, or if you have, positive male and female influences in your life, and you have had an intact, trauma-free, let's say, childhood for the most part, you're going to have certain values that are going to be different than the now, like, the Zoomer fucking, the new TikTok era, whatever you want to call it. Like this new generation that are coming into, like, the new generation that are coming up. I don't know. Like it scares me. And when I see stories like this, I'm kind of like, it's very concerning to me as, a legit woman that values the nuclear family and understands that that's the best kind of thing for society. See, somebody here said it's dwindling, and I don't like that. And I feel like, Drex, when I meet a guy like you that has a very good head on his shoulder, that you have a very interesting understanding of the world around you, when people like you begin to give up on having relationships with women who are high standard women and, like, basically good quality women versus, like, bad quality women, like the ones that we saw in that TikTok video. If people like you are starting to give up, we are fucked. Like, because that's what happens. Like if good men start, giving up on women and on good women, and vice versa, if good women start giving up on good men.
No, but Nina, good
We're all
women don't give up
fucked,
on men.
dude.
Because they always need men. They're gonna need the resources. So they're gonna. Here's the thing: when it comes to the good women, they either become corporate drones or they just decide to monkey branch from guy to guy to try to provide for them. That's why you hear women getting multiple marriages and stuff. Because the woman's gonna win in the end, right? If we got invaded
It
right
depends
now,
on where you are. But
well,
yes.
I'm talking about predominantly in the West, right? Look, and I gotta be fair.
But even in the West, Drex, like depending, like let's say in the United States, it depends on what the laws are for that state. Like California, you're fucked. Other places, Florida, Texas, not so much. Like
Well,
like
wait,
Midwest,
fucked in which
Midwest
way?
states.
In which case?
In terms of like we're talking about like men's rights in
Oh
terms
no,
of like
you have none. I'm in Minnesota. You have none. Zero.
nothing.
They go to the woman. Yeah, ask Nick. There's
There's
always gonna
some
be
states though. I forget which states, but there are some states that have
None.
some men's rights.
none.
No.
It's the reason why I'm so against conservatives, which are the true scum of the earth. I go against conservatives for a simple reason. They always claim that the left, right?
Yeah.
I've lived in red states and blue states. Go to the family court in both and ask those guys if there's any difference. You're gonna put them side by side, Nina.
Sure.
Oh, watch this. I can prove it. All of that weirdo shit you keep hearing about, those are happening in red states. You remember that father, the Sophie Long case, red state, Texas.
Okay. All
Do you remember
right.
the case of the dad who's forced to pay for his son's gender reassignment surgery?
Yes. Well, that one
was
also
in
happened
Texas.
in Canada.
It happened again. Yeah, but here's the thing. It happened in red state, Texas. Now someone's gonna go, but Drex, the county was blue or something. No, listen, stop with all the fucking, you know,
I don't fuck that county bull.
the county was. So my thing is this, Nina, ask the guys in the chat. Is it, are the men that they know who got divorced in red states, did they come out saying, yeah, man, I got custody of the kids, no child support, no alimony, everything is cool?
No,
Fuck no.
not a lot of times.
They're
But,
getting
they
raked over
do
the
get
coals.
like some stuff though, like meaning in terms of like custody, like they do still have rights, like custody rights,
Barely.
unless they're like fucking crackheads or something.
Barely. Men barely see their kid. Barely.
You're a single dad though, right? Are you seeing your kid? Do you have custody rights?
No, okay. This is what men get. Men don't really get true custody. They get what the state or the nation calls parenting time. They used to call it visitation. Right?
True. Yeah, visitation rights.
So if a system favors women 93% of the time, the kid goes, that's a broken system, right? And then when you ask women who go like this, but Drex, I'm not like one of those women. Okay, then go fix the system. And then women start going like this, looking around. Ooh, we don't know what to do. If you control the vote as women, all you have to do to change the system is go like this. Okay, women love to virtue signal on social media, right? Use your the things that make women what they are, right? This is good and bad, right? The same thing that when women, Gloria Steinem were out there and Margaret Sanger were doing fist pumps and yeah, we are women, hear us roar, sexual liberation. Now, just do the opposite. All right, ladies. Yep. Yeah. We're not even going to tolerate any judge that goes against men's rights and stuff. Nope. Custody is going to be 50-50. No alimony for either side, man or woman. If you start cutting away financial incentives, Nina, guess what happens? People go like this. Okay, now in the event that we do get divorced, neither side can get paid. Now that means if you're Adele, remember Adele was the breadwinner, right? Her husband, Simon Konecki, was the guy who was basically stay-at-home dad, right? If they get divorced, that guy doesn't get any money in the idealized Drex future, right? And then on the flip side, Will and Jada. Will has all the money. Jada has nothing. If they get divorced, hey, you walk. This whole I get pay, I get the bag, and no. That's over. But we know that won't happen because, like I said, it's a hive mind. I know when women are fully aware of the power they have in the courts. That's why women won't go against Me Too. Tell women right now, go like this. Hey, ladies, Me Too has ruined the workforce. It ruined Nina, I don't know if you know this.
It ruined NASCAR.
It ruined NASCAR. It ruined everything. So
it ruined, pretty much everything. Yeah.
Wokeness, when we first met on the Flashcast, and Flash just made that stream a few weeks ago that said woke white women ruin everything.
Woke
right?
white women, yeah.
They literally, they ruined everything. They ruined marriage. They ruined families, right? They ruined they ruined video games. They ruined movies. They ruined social media.
They ruined Canada.
They ruined. I've been to Canada. I remember walking to Stanley Park. I remember thinking, I was like, and I saw the wokeness, right? You know what Vancouver looks like.
I lived there.
I'm
That's
like,
where I grew
what
up.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Nina.
That's why I left, Drex.
Beautiful.
I couldn't believe it anymore. I was like, I saw the writing on the wall, man, and I was like, I need to get the fuck up out of here with these blue hairs coming out of
but
nowhere.
there were beautiful landscapes, right?
Mhm.
Like beautiful. Like, you know, I'm looking, there's Seattle right there.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Like I said, I remember going around Stanley Park going, this is just gorgeous.
Mhm.
And then the reality hits. I
Yes.
went into the cities. I went to go get food and stuff. I actually made the mistake. The chick told, I was like, hey, I gotta go take a quick leak. She's like, and she gave me this weird look. And I'm like, what the hell?
Mm.
Here in America, if, you know, for most cities, right? Most places, especially in the suburbs, if you say I'm about to go use the bathroom, that's no big deal. But in Vancouver, as you know, all the homeless and all the drug addicts and stuff, I went to go use the bathroom. This is no bullshit. To just go take a quick leak, there was a dude who either was on drugs or he was schizophrenic, who shit on himself.
Oh.
There was the shit, like no bullshit, shit jeans on the floor. I guess he had just changed.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
bruh.
Where was this? Where in Vancouver was this?
This was just
And when? What year?
this is before COVID. This was November 2019.
Oh God.
November 2019. Yeah, I was up there on a smash mission.
Was it like near East Hastings or was it like?
I can go to my Google pictures. I can tell you exactly where I was at. Let's
Because
see.
East Hastings is where they like that's where like the worst of the worst is. That's kind of like their tent city.
Oh, that's okay.
You know,
Let me see.
street.
It was October or November. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was November. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, it's November. Okay, I went to that in Portland.
Okay, you look at that and let me read some super chats
Go ahead.
while you're doing that. Jennifer Douglas for 2. Thank you so much. There was a woman who married the Eiffel Tower. That's what the fuck. I'll have to look that up. That's crazy. Kyle Kluken, thank you so much for the $2. There's also a British woman who married a dolphin. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. Silver Ronan for 2 says, I love anime, but weebs deserve Gitmo. Okay. Wow. Nico, thank you so much for the $10. So generous. I legit know people in IRL, like our Ficto bro here, deep into Miku in various ways. Me too. I knew this dude that was into like her body pillows and shit. Tend to be programmers who are into the open source thing of creating your own waifu, since Miku dung gut personality. I know, dude. That shit gets real weird. It's really crazy. Thanks for the $10, Nico. Silver Ronan, thank you so much for the 2. If the weeb was my son, I'd send him to... Oh boy.
They don't think it's real. It is getting real out here, man.
Shit is getting real. Cecil, thank you so much for the $5. So
Cecil.
that is the face of a man that has achieved total enlightenment.
Thank
He's
you.
talking about the Asian
The dude. Look, here's the thing, Nina. This is no lie. Phil told me. Like I said, you got to have Phil on the show. Like this is the thing. I've actually talked about this.
I don't know if
with
I can
Kat.
have this dude on this show.
Oh, he's
dude.
great. No, he's very chill. He's like I said, I'm not talking about J Doll.
No, I know.
He's very chill, like very like, you know, well spoken, everything. He's cool, right?
Yeah.
But he talks about that. He said this is no lie. He's had guys who have emailed him saying, "This doll changed my life."
That's what J Doll says.
Yeah,
He says
when you hear
the
these
dolls
stories-
changed. Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
hear these stories, what he's saying, no one cares about the emotional abuse of men, right? When men come out saying, "Hey, man, when I was in
care
relationships,
about
these
the
are things,"
emotional abuse of
it was
men. I care
horrible.
about emotional abuse of every fucking human being. That's messed up. Like,
man,
you
look.
know what? I tell you this, Drex. You know, when I see like I said, when I see stuff like this, or when I hear guys like you, good guys like you, talk like this, it just makes me really disappointed at women. Like, it makes me think, wow, we've really gotten fucked up. Like I you know, it's a really disappointing thing to hear men rather be with fucking dolls and plushies and weird and fucking ashtrays
less
and
of a headache.
shit.
Less of a headache.
Than being with us women. Thank you so much, Cecil, for that $5.
Oh, Nina, I
Nico for
texted you the
another
places
5.
I was in.
Okay, one second. Nico for another 5 says, no, Nina, you're wrong. This is what true kings look like. You just can't accept reality.
That's right.
You know what? Here's the thing. I see reality. I'm not accepting it. No, I think that this is fucked up and it needs to change. I would rather find a better solution than having our men going to fucking dolls and weird shit like this. And I also don't agree about it with women either. I don't think women should be marrying Eiffel Towers, and I don't think they should be marrying dolphins. And I think it's all big mental
Now,
illness.
Nina, get real with it though. Do you see the women changing? Be honest. Do you see women changing for the better? Be honest about it.
Look, I could see everybody changing if they actually fucking put in some work. Like,
They're not gonna do it.
women and men. But it's a generational thing, Drex. I don't know if the new generation, both
dudes-
men and women, are gonna be able to do
No,
it.
Nina, I've actually said that. Look, here's what's crazy. I had this chick that I know that is she's in my Discord. She's been on the show. She pegs dudes, right? So Becca the ass wrecker. Shout out to my girl Becca, by the way, and all the guys. Oh, she's probably pegging a dude right now.
Oh my God.
We talked about this, and I said, if you were to really look at this, right? I'm being fair. When I look at, I have a daughter, right? And one day she'll be marriageable age, right? I look at the kinds of dudes who are out here, and I'm like, damn, like these are her options? Most of these dudes are effeminate weirdos. They're all woke. They're sipping lattes. They got nothing but estrogen. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are bitch made, right? And then I go like this. Okay, that's what it's like to have a daughter, man. Let's face it. And the guys that women want, all women want, therefore they don't commit. I won't commit. Leonardo DiCaprio won't commit. George Clooney was a fool once he committed. His life now sucks. Brad Pitt married. His life sucked, right? So
but okay, again, you're talking about certain people though that, like, for example, like, celebrity life, like let's say like the celebrity
although
life.
that's different. Although
Like,
that's different.
these people are narcissists too, like
Now,
we're
hold on,
talking
Nina.
about real fucked up people here. Like, you think
let's
Will
go to
Smith
regular
is
people. Let's go to regular people, right?
okay? Fine.
A lot of people who are married currently are sleeping in separate bedrooms. A lot of them are not having consistent sex. A lot of them don't actually enjoy each other's company. I can prove it. When you go out and you see an older couple when you go out to eat, right? Be honest. Let's keep it a fucking buck. This is not what you see.
I see that with everybody.
Hey, Nina, this is no bullshit. You know my personality. Do I look like a guy who would be sitting across from you at dinner or lunch like this?
No.
Doesn't really fit my personality, does it?
No.
Because we come from an era where people used to fucking talk because we grew up without the internet and without cell phones.
Like, my
right?
husband gets mad at me when I go on the phone. Like, he's like, I'm here with you. Put your fucking phone down.
Right? As he
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Always think, if it's something quick, that's different. I mean, like, I'm not worried about that. But
No, but
what
like, if
saying
I'm
is-
sitting there like on the phone and he's just like sitting there, he's like, you out to lunch with your phone? Like,
Right?
like, yeah.
Yeah, look, like when I go, I was talking to Kat about this because, like, I would go visit her in Alabama. And I might be visiting her this weekend, and we'll be sitting there, and they'll be like, she actually made the comment. She's like, every time you've come here, because we're usually speaking, she's like, you only charge your phone basically when it's time for you to go, which means like 2-3 days later, right? Because we're always communicating. We're not. I'm like, if you just sit on your phone, you got to charge it. Like, damn, I got on my phone.
I have no
plug it
battery.
in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So my thing is this. When you go out there, right, ask these guys. People say, oh, you're Drex, you just get married, blah, blah. I said, look, if we're being honest, because nobody wants to be honest anymore. Everyone go, oh, my grandparents' marriage was perfect. Listen, man.
Nobody's marriage is perfect.
No one's marriage is perfect. There's a lot, like, it is what it is. All I'm saying is this. If I have a choice between, like I said, if I was this young Asian dude, if I have a choice between being with a doll or a damn hologram, right? Or how about this? No, hologram or doll, just be living alone, right? Living alone in Japan, working. If I have that choice or being married to someone who's going to make me unhappy, and most married men, you want to show the statistics in Japan, how unhappy and miserable the married guys are? The wives give them an allowance. That's the culture. Look, if there's
That's
a Japanese brother in the
culture.
culture,
Look, Japan has got a weird culture,
man, you
though,
ain't giving me no
man.
damn allowance. If I make the money, I make every decision. Fuck that.
Yeah, but you know
don't get
what?
no say.
Japan
None.
has a weird culture. Like, they have.
Okay,
like,
how about
they have
this,
a very, very. Okay, what?
Watch this. I can prove it. Let's go around. Okay, well, let's just not include like the Middle East. Let's go from east. So that would be okay.
But the Middle East is a pretty big place, Drax. Why aren't we
Yeah.
included in the Middle East? And
Because here's
also,
why.
it's very macho culture over there.
It's very Muslim, and
Yes.
and Islam is right about women. So they're gonna go ahead. They're gonna keep that pimp hand strong. So I'm talking about all countries that don't keep their
This
pimp hand
motherfucker.
strong, right? So everybody else is out here with weak ass fucking wrists, right? They let women lead.
Wait,
They're out here
hang
giving
on,
women
hang on. I need
opinions.
to stop you here. I need to
Yeah.
stop you here because you said Islam's right about women.
Yep.
So like, are you like for like women covering up? Like, are you like for women getting that hijab bullshit on them?
They
Like,
don't need a
put
job,
on
although
them?
I am gonna smash these
Because
hijabis
the-
coming soon.
Because the idea that goes beyond like for that, right, is actually very insultive to men because they say that men can't control themselves and they're around women.
Most dudes are thirst buckets. I agree.
They're thirsty.
Mhm.
They can't control themselves. They're like animals,
Mhm.
and they will just basically touch or rape or whatever women. It's for their protection, because men are such dogs. So and they should they can't control themselves, so then women have to cover themselves in order to in order for
Suppress
the men
the male
suppress the male
sexuality.
gaze and sexuality and blah blah blah. So do you agree with that? Are you one
Absolutely
of those
not.
people?
Absolutely not. Now, here's the thing. I understand women. I know that if you get women, attention, validation is currency for women. That's what they seek above all other things in life is
Okay.
attention. Attention. So once you start to feed into their need and quest for attention and validation, I know what will come of it. Go look at the modern Western culture. This is the end result because when Flash talks about woke white women, right? He had that meme that says, by the power of white girl, I am offended on your behalf, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I both know, you start giving woke white women any kind of attention, they
Ooh.
will find a cause. They have never seen a cause they won't get behind and throw a fist up for. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when it comes to Islam, I go like this. These dudes, even though they're big simps, I've been around lots of Middle Eastern dudes, they are huge simps. However, because of their culture is still held together by some of these ancient rules. That being said, feminism has started to seep in. These bras are out here talking crazy in the Middle East. I got a Pakistani brother who tells me stories all the time, man. He goes, oh, man. He tells me about these hojabis. He tells me about these girls going to Egypt. I know what's going on in all these places. Nina, when you've been out there, when you've been in the field, foot to the fucking pavement, right? When people start telling you stuff that you know isn't true, right? Like, well, my grandpa didn't do it. It's like, yeah, dude, that's that person. If we did a DNA test on most families, you know what you'd find out?
What?
Most of these people are not related to you, fam. Oh, you thought everybody in your family was monogamous? No. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's just be honest about it. I talked to Mama Vic about this, right? Shout out to Mama Vic, by the way.
Mama Vic, who's that?
Vic Mignogna's mom.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so I was talking to Mama Vic about this. And she said, yeah, it's a myth. The 1950s is a myth. This whole like every woman was faithful. It was the Leave It to Beaver. No.
Are you kidding?
A
These
lot of-
men,
it was
all
a
the
myth.
men would cheat, and all the
That's
women
right.
would cheat because they would get
That's
fucking
right.
pissed
These
that
hoes
the-
were getting ran through. And the
Yeah,
dudes were out
because the
getting
dude would go
hoeing
and-
around.
Yeah, the dude would
That's
go
right.
and have sex with the secretary or whatever.
That's right.
And the wife's at home raising the kid, but then starts sleeping with the neighbor's gardener and shit
That's
like
right.
that.
Yep. It was degeneracy back then. She said the only difference was they kept it under wraps and
Yeah.
basically everybody was trying to save
They kept
face.
it in house.
They kept it in house.
Like,
Like it wasn't your business wasn't all out. But let me ask you this, Nina: what if social media existed back then? What if the church was basically collapsed like it is now?
it would be just like now.
It'd be just like now. Like
It would be just
nothing
like
changed.
No.
So my thing is this: if we can all agree that nothing has changed, doesn't matter if you read the Bible, the Quran, whatever, right? Torah. You can read any of these books, gather all your information. People have been the same for the most part throughout history.
It's like the
Men
old
and
saying
women.
goes, right? Like the more things change, the more they
The more
stay the
say-
same.
The only thing that
It's the
changes
same
is
thing.
technology.
Yes.
The access that we have, like Nina, back in the day, in order for you and I to have ever met, either there had to be a direct link, or we had to just bump into each other on the street. Hey, Nina, how you doing? Otherwise, because of the internet, it can link people from everywhere, right? That's a
Yes.
positive and a negative, like all things in life.
It's a
Everything in life-
double-edged sword.
Everything's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
A gun is a double-edged sword. The internet's a double-edged sword. Look, food. Look, oh, water is good, right? Have too much of it, it'll kill you. Not enough, you'll die, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
humans are social creatures. Give them too much and they overload. They end up developing a psychological disorder, right? Don't give them enough. They also develop one. You see what I'm saying? Starve
Yes.
people of attention, solitary confinement in prison. What happens? You're going in the hole.
Yes.
People go crazy, right?
Yes.
Without a social stimulus, without something to bounce back off, they start to go crazy. So when we can all start being honest about this, these notions about when I keep hearing women say that men need to, men and women need to be better together. Men and women are better together than apart. Bullshit. When I look back and I start go listen to all the songs that you've heard, go read all these ancient texts. They were always talking about how miserable a lot of these guys were in these relationships. Hence why they were seeking prostitutes, side chicks, side dudes, for guys into that. But the thing is this, they weren't happy. When men are happy is when they can go like this. Man, my stomach sure is full. Damn, my head sure is clear. Damn, my balls sure are empty. But the fact that that's not the case for most men, you go to the next best thing. Some guys that's a doll, Nina. Some it's a hologram. Some it's going to a brothel, right? Watch this. In the Middle East, what they don't talk about is all the gay sex. They don't talk about the man-boy love. I know about it. They don't want to talk about that, though, right?
But I know about it because I understand that. Well, first of all, gay exists, even though if they don't want to fucking, they don't want to acknowledge it, but it exists. Like homosexuality exists, and it's there. But also because the culture, especially and I'm talking in Iran only because that's where my experience is at. But Iran. In Iran, for example, there's a lot of the underground party scene. There's drugs, there's all sorts of stuff, sex, debauchery, right? Fucking whatever you want to call it. It's all there. It's just underground because they just cannot. They'll die if the government figures it out. So they're just very good at hiding it.
Now hold on, Nina. Let's be fair. The same government who will you, what are they doing? Be honest.
About what?
Okay, so the same government that will go after you for these parties, right? Tell me what they're doing.
Throwing those fucking parties.
Throwing the same fucking parties, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look,
of course.
Nina, most of the women that come to me in the Smash Bros wanting all kinds of degenerate shit. What kind of positions do you think they're in?
Power. I wouldn't say powerful, but yes, in it. Yep. I'm guessing.
Lawyer,
like I said, lawyers.
They're a doctor. I got lawyers, doctors. I got
teachers.
Teachers. Oh God, look, God bless teachers.
A lot of teachers, probably.
Man, teachers, nurses, flight attendants.
Let's say educated.
Educated, right? All these people that society says are so much better than everybody else, right? They're out here doing the most degenerate shit. Ironically, it's the less educated person who's less apt to do all this.
Yeah, most of the time, because again, the education system really fucks people over, doesn't it? It's most of the time because the people who aren't educated don't get indoctrinated into certain ideologies, and they stay true to their own values and familial values that they grew up on, mom and grandma, their parents taught them, versus when they go and get fucking indoctrinated in school, and then they're like, oh, I'm smarter than them now, and then they just turn on everything that they've ever learned.
I think a lot of them are very local though, right? Because a lot of people who are less educated tend to not be well traveled, right? They're not going off to university somewhere in general. So what ends up happening is unless
they go study abroad or whatever.
Correct, and we already know what that means. So shout out to all my foreign exchange students getting ran through. I love you hoes. Shout out to each and every one of you foreign exchange students that the train went through, the BBC train. We love you. We respect you. We want you back.
The BBC train. Big black checkbooks, baby.
Yeah. But Nina, this is the thing. When these people go to these universities, right, and get indoctrinated, right, your average person has a local mindset, right? Because they're like this. Oh, my options are just within my, my local radius, right? But do you notice every step of the way, you get wider, you have a broader view, right? When you first had a bike, you had a broader view than when you could crawl as a baby. When you were able to get a car for the first time, you had a license. Oh my God, I have all this access. Then it became, but damn, I still got to go home at night. So there's only so much trouble I can get to. I still got a curfew. But then once kids started going off to college, that's the reason why I tell these guys who claim to be red pill and all this shit, I said, look, man, all of this nuclear family stuff, all of it's bullshit. Trust me, it's all bullshit. Because when you go to college, most of those girls, especially the white girls, came from nuclear families. Same with the Latinas. A lot of them came from nuclear families, right? And you know what they were doing? Asian chicks too. Shout out to my Asian girls. They were doing the same ratchet shit that all the rest of the girls were doing. You see what I'm saying? So clearly the family structure, it does not matter. It's about what is really in between your ears and what is between your shoulders, right? A lot of people are just that fucking broken, right? And they've been twisted to start believe. You start listening to these people, right? You start listening. There's, now there's all these different genders. Now there's this. They all say the same things. None of them have an original thought.
No.
Right? They won't debate you because they just go back to the same talking points. You can show them something. They'll be like this. Does not compute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't debate anyone. All they have is that same far leftist ideology. And it's like, look, man, there's more to life than pretending that everyone everywhere has to be a victim all the damn time. You know what I mean? Like, there's more to life than victimhood, right? And they won't accept that. They're like, no, Nina. Someone was offended. Someone was broken. Someone was taken advantage of and oppressed. It's like, dude, you can say about anybody, right?
Everybody is.
Everybody can, including the top 1%. The top 1% can sit there and talk about how they're being oppressed. And
well, I mean, they kind of are. I mean, look at Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Like, when you kind of like, I mean, I don't know if you heard Johnny Depp describe his childhood.
Yeah,
but
I did.
it was
With
pretty
his mom,
fucking traumatic with his mom, and
he had to go get the medicine or whatever. And
and like how she would beat him all the time. It was a very physically abusive childhood. We haven't heard much about Amber's yet because I guess she's not on the stand yet, so we don't really know the ins and outs of that.
But she had a nuclear family because her dad was around. She was like, Johnny describes him as like a man's man.
Yeah. I mean, he had a nuclear family too until he didn't, because it was like, he grew up in that household though. And then, until his dad finally gave up and was like, listen, I'm fucking out, like.
Well, is that any different than Johnny, right? Where do you think Johnny learned to have his shoulders shrunken in?
No, that's exactly what he learned.
But
I mean, that's kind of like a Freudian thing though, right? Did he like fall in love with his mother? Because that's basically what happened, right? I mean, like he
do you think abuse do you think family domestic abuse kind of became like his, almost like in a weird way, like his comfort zone, right?
Yes, because that's what he learned to he learned to understand love as abuse. That's what happened.
Yeah. So if he had a woman who was like treating him nice and stuff, he's like, does she really love me? Because this is different than what I'm used to, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to this, firebrand back and forth. Any moment something could happen. But then afterwards, I saw that. You know what though? She tucked me in with my Teddy Ruxpin, right? Remember that one night, and then she kissed me on the cheek and said she loved me. Yeah. That means she really loves me. But she just gets so angry. It's because of the passion. She has so much passion. No. She's a monster. She's an abuser.
And I mean, like, we've heard that before, like from like a lot of people too, like all sorts of abusers say that too, like even like men who beat their wives or whatever, like I love you, or like, I mean, it's the same thing with like when you hear that about like childhood abuse as well, like I'm doing it because I love you. Like a lot, you hear that, and especially physical abuse a lot, where like the parent is like, I'm doing this for your own good. I'm doing this because I love you, even though they're literally like, beating the fucking kid, and it's pretty fucking crazy.
They hide behind it though, right?
Yes.
I've noticed and I keep hearing, I have to correct a lot of guys out there when they talk about how the left. I said, dude, you guys must have forgotten. Some of these people are too young. A lot of people don't remember the religious right being the cancel culture back.
I remember it.
It was horrible. Like,
it was terrible.
I tell these guys, I said, dude, it was just as horrible. It was just a different authoritarian doing it.
Yes.
It was the same thing. I was like, so all you guys, the left, Drex, the left. I was like, and I always ask these guys, I said, hey, tell me who signed Title IX into law. And they all give me the blank face, right? It was a Republican, Richard Nixon. Hey, who signed no-fault divorce into law? Do you guys know? And they all went like this. No. Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, right?
Yeah. So the same people that you guys are all, the left, they were in the nuclear family. But a Republican signed that into law, right?
Yeah, that's why I fucking hate those rhinos or whatever they're called. I mean, I'm not down with that either, because that's why, like, whenever like people try to figure out what I am, and I'm definitely not like a leftist. I find myself more conservative at this point in my life than I have ever been. I think I'm like more conservative center, if you have to label me. But I don't like I'm not a huge Republican. Like, I'm not a Republican person, or like, I think that they have a lot of problems. Like, I see like Republican people spitting out really racist shit sometimes, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking straight up being racist, and no one's calling them out anymore because everyone's afraid to be called like leftist or like whatever, because you're here, but you hear that rhetoric and then you're like, well, I've heard this before, especially someone like me, like, because again, I'm Middle Eastern, so like, having a Persian background in 2001, when 9/11 happened, all I ever heard after that was like, Middle Easterners, Muslims, and fucking terrorists, ragheads,
Yep.
sand N words, blah, blah, blah. Like, I heard it all, and it's like now things have changed. Right. And now you're hearing that about like Russians, Russians are fucking this, Russians are that. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this fucking shit and these generalizations. And it's, yeah, it happens on both sides, and I'm sick of hearing that too, Drex, when people are like, the left, the left, and I'm like, well, you know what, clean up your own house, bro. Or like when you see, at least, you know what, I'll say one thing about the Republican Party, that they're the only people right now who have stood up to the bullshit vax mandate crap, which is like basically Florida. Like Ron DeSantis was like the only person that did it.
One.
And he's the only one standing up to those fucking groomers. And
this was a South Dakota governor. Was it Nome or something? Yeah, I think she's the only other one. Like literally,
her, and then DeSantis did it, and then Texas, like the dude in Texas, jumped on board too.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's been pretty much it. But like they're the ones taking the lead, and I appreciate that. And also Ron DeSantis, shout out. He's the only one that's standing up to these fucking Disney groomers, which I'm sick of. I'm over Disney. I'm sick of these fucking pedos. I'm sick of all of that shit. So
yeah, we talked about that before the show. Like, I mean, Nina, it's so many of them. Like, here's the thing. I've said things, like I've been on Nick's show and I've said things, and people, like, I don't think they fully understood the context that I was saying. I was like, look, dude, when I say these things and people think like, oh, Drex is this, he's that. I said, look, man, a lot of right-leaning people realize the cops are not their friend within the last year, right? Because like I say, COVID exposed a lot of people for better and for worse, right?
Yes.
So when I would say things about the cops on Nick's show, and people used to think, oh, why is Drex saying that? I back the blue. I back the blue. I'm like, dude, these people aren't your friends. I go,
no.
If their overlords tell them to do something, no matter, even if it's shoot your kid in the face with you standing there, they will do it without a second. No, Drex, you're wrong. Uh-oh, what happened, Nina? Oh my God.
They did it.
They did it, right?
Yeah.
They did it on the left, California. They did it on the right.
That's the thing about the cops that really like get the whole cop thing is like such a weird issue for me, because I'm one of those people, like, I feel you, because I was like part of that whole Occupy thing, and I'm like, these people aren't your friend. And I get that. But at the same time, I know, like, I've known really good cops in my life that I'm like, oh my God, not all cops are the same. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I understand like that, that cops are human and like certain things happen. And sometimes it's like, you're in a position where you don't want to be. And a lot of those people quit. A lot of those people quit their jobs when shit gets real bad. Like, for example, in like Canada, when the whole like trucker convoy thing was happening, the truckers became friends with the Ottawa police. So that's what they had to get rid of the Ottawa police, because they were there. They were becoming friends with the truckers. And then they were like, you know what? We can't have these guys having a liaison and like people not fucking breaking heads and shit. We need a better image, because the image was starting to become like, oh shit, we kind of like are seeing eye to eye and we're understanding where you're coming from. Compassion was being, put up, a human connection was being achieved. And they couldn't have that. So they were like, you know what? We're going to bring in the RCMP. We're going to bring in basically people you've never fucking seen in your life from the other provinces. They brought them in from Ottawa, and then they started breaking heads because they didn't have that human connection anymore. And it's just,
Nina, I'm glad they did. And here's why. Because even those people, you got to finally see that these people don't give a shit about you. When someone orders you to do something, this is let me just give you guys some words here. Because, see, this is why I don't like the internet, right? Because there's too many people out there who are faceless, who hide behind avatars and all this other bullshit, right? I never have. And this is the reason why I say that. When people say how they support X, Y, Z, right? Whatever cause, whatever group, right? Doesn't matter if it's the military, if it's the cops, whoever, right? When these people come to crack skulls, this is why I tell you guys this. This is why you need people to be known. I need to know who you are. Remember in Inglourious Bastards when Brad Pitt puts the swastika on the dude? He goes, because when the war is over, I need people to know who you are, right?
Yeah.
See, I need to know who you are because, see, what ends up happening is you may go crush some skulls and you did all kinds of unspeakable evil, right? Godlessness. And you did it with a badge on and claim you're a good guy. No, you're not a fucking good guy. You're evil, okay?
Yeah.
And my thing is this. If someone asks you to do something that they are unwilling to do themselves, don't do it. If someone tells me, yo, Drex, I need you to go and do blank.
Yeah.
Right? No, I'm good. Why don't you go fucking do it? I'm giving you an order. See,
You go do your own fucking dirty
you go do your own dirt.
Yeah.
Look, Nina, I never in my life asked somebody to do dirt for me. I was scared to do myself.
Yeah.
Anything I ever did, like, that's why when people attack me on Nick's show, especially when I first came on, I said, look, dude, you can be mad at me or say whatever you want. I said, at least I went out there and did something. You know, win or lose, right? Win, lose, or draw. At least I did it. Oh, yeah, Cecil.
But also ugly people, Cecil. It's okay.
Yeah, very ugly. Oogly.
The elephant man.
Oh, God. That was so, man.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Okay, wait. We can love you guys in the chat. Thank you guys all so much. I've gotten a whole bunch of super chats, so I'm gonna read through some of these because this show, I love it. It's already been 2 hours that we're here talking. Can you believe it? It's 2.5. It's 2 hours 5 minutes. So let me get some of these, and if you want to keep going, I'm okay with it.
Well, I have to get up for work tomorrow. Sadly, my alarm goes off in 6 hours and 2 minutes. 7 hours and 2 minutes.
Oof. Okay. Well, I'm gonna read all of these super chats.
Go ahead. I'll be here with you for that.
Okay. So Nico, thank you so much for the $5. Says my man has the face of a Buddha. This is the best episode yet. That's what you said about the Hatsune Miku, dude. Silver Ronin, thank you so much for the $5. Says Nina, I came from a Muslim family. LOL, trust me, marriage is dying here. Modernity killed marriage because women don't rely on men as much. Hey, I understand. I understand that because I think feminism killed marriage as well. I think feminism is
Which
a big
is white women.
Yeah.
Everyone else just went and bought in. They just followed the leader. But yeah, they killed it. They killed marriage.
They killed marriage. Cecil, thank you so much for the $2. Says this this guy gets off. This guy gets stiff at Build-A-Bear. Probably right. He'll probably build himself like one of those Hatsune Miku Build-A-Bears. Oh my god. They better be paying you for this shit,
Look,
Drex.
Nina,
I swear to God.
I'm all about getting that endorsement from Baldo.
You need
to.
get
I gotta try it first, though. I gotta actually come back with a testimonial. So,
well, you know what you need. What you need to do is try it out, figure it out, record a video. Don't publish it. Then contact them and be like, "Listen, I got a review ready to go. I got all the stuff ready to go. I need you to sponsor me." And then they'll be like, "All right." You know,
oh, yeah, man.
I think
they got weirdos that are on there now, right? Like it's like weird couples who you can tell the dude ain't really clapping no shit. Listen,
I don't fucking know. I haven't checked it out.
Oh, man, you know I do my research.
Well, that's like those fucking companies though, Drex, like the ones that are like making like the diet pills and all this shit, the before and after, and they're like completely different people. Like
yeah. My brother told me that years ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as if those are the same people. Yeah, right. Silver Ronin for 2 says Drex is right. We need gender segregated workspaces. They have that in Iran. Go there.
Oh no, we need to go further. We need schools, work. Everything.
Shut the fuck up, for fuck's sake. I agree. I agree with that about the schools. That's the weird part because I grew up in Iran where we had the segregated schools, especially in elementary school and stuff like that. And when you get to like college and university, that's when the first time that you go co-ed in Iran. And I think like now having gone through westernized schooling system and then having gone through Iran as well, I understand that, and I think that works better in terms of like the sexes only. That's the only part that I agree with, and also uniforms. I think the uniform.
I think the uniforms are great.
Yeah. Shut the fuck off, for fuck's sake, says for $2. Coconut, Nina, how are you not a hobbit or white? I'm both. Silver Ronan for 2 says the right misled men into corrupt
Thank
state
you.
marriages.
It was always a sham, man. Always.
I like the I like the idea. I like
Everyone
the
says that, but
idea.
they don't ever talk about what the reality is, right? I hear
Uh,
that's. Oh wait,
I've
Nina,
lived through it though.
damn it!
I've
I gotta look up the
lived
furry
through the
flag.
reality. That's the thing. I've lived through the reality, and it can get very ugly, but you have to work through something.
Holy shit, they do have a flag.
Which ones? Who?
Furries have a flag.
Yeah, I know furries have a flag. I just don't know what it looks like at all.
Fuck, man.
Does it have like an animal on it or something?
There's a looks like a bear print, I believe. Yeah, bear pride flag.
Oh my
Gay
god.
furry pride flag.
Do you remember that one dude that came out like at the very beginning of all this stuff, and he was like a deer, and he's like, I identified as a deer, and I sometimes go grazing.
Yeah,
and
wasn't
shit.
it like a Twitter like mod or
It was
something?
he wasn't a Twitter one. He was a fucking Twitch mod or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
I was like-
fucking creepy.
I was like,
Deer
this
girl
dude.
or whatever.
Yeah, like deer person.
Deer person.
Did you hear about that other guy that identifies as a tree now?
They're all
He's a
of this
black
shit comes
dude,
from the
too.
same institute, man. It comes from the same institute, the same mind. There's all of this warping that they're doing. It is what it is. Here's the thing. People, at the end of the day, Nina, it's because weak people are out there, right? And this includes these weak-ass beta male fathers, too, right? What ends up happening is these people are so weak. They're so easily manipulated, right? Nina, I'm going to ask you a serious question. Throughout your life, how many people have you ever met that you know that with everything on the line, they will hold true to their value systems? Really think about that one. Like, you're at a family reunion. Watch this. Let's say you're black.
True to their family.
True. Like they will not budge. Like they are like, no, fuck that. No. If they believe something, then they are like on it. Think about it your whole life.
3.
So you can count on one hand in a whole lifetime. Now you see the problem? You see how easily these kids are manipulated at college and indoctrinated? I went to school. You couldn't tell me to hate Nick because he has white skin, even though I put the brother in blackface. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother right there. But what ends up happening is I started noticing that when people would say things, right? Like I can go to a family reunion. They can talk all this pro-Biden, pro-Democrat bullshit that most 99% of blacks talk about, the same old bullshit, right? I won't. And I'll back down. And everyone's like, oh, I can't believe he's saying this. What are you going to do? What, are you going to cancel me? You can't cancel somebody who doesn't even allow themselves to be canceled, right? Charles Barkley is like that, right?
I love Chuck. I fucking love
Everyone
Chuck.
loves him
He's
because
so
they're like,
based.
he just owns who he is, right?
Yeah.
And
And he
so it's
doesn't
like,
give a fuck, and he doesn't apologize. He's like,
Here's
you know
what-
what? I called San Antonio women fat because they are
they are
fat. They
fat.
lose some
There's
fucking
some big ass
weight.
women in San
Yeah.
Antonio. And he said, like, when he got caught with the prostitute in the parking lot, he said it was the best $150 he ever spent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
I remember when he
because
called out the woke too. It's like
he called the boy. He's
best.
like, man, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah. I fucking love Chuck. I mean, like, that's the one guy I would love to talk to. Like, the one celebrity that I would love to talk to is fucking Charles Barkley. That guy's
God,
so
he's great.
based.
He's great.
Silver Ronan for 2 says, our African women imitate Western women. It's over.
They do. I've known that for years. Oh, don't forget about those. Hey, shout out to all you German Shepherd bitches going to bleaching clinics who hate yourselves, all that self-hate that you project onto your children. They wear blonde wigs. That's not the natural hair that grows out of their head. They want to look like Becky.
And
they
they
bleach
straighten
their
it, too.
skin. They straighten it. They use relaxers. That's why most of these hoes are bald-headed. Most of these bitches, their forehead looks like LeBron James at age like 36. Their hairline is fucked up. You understand what I'm saying, Nina?
Yes.
You ever seen some of these bitches?
Well, one of them is Jada.
Oh, look, man.
Jada was wearing like
Bald-headed ass
fucking
hoes.
whack ass wigs and doing
Whack.
weird shit like all her life, like, you know, trying to look white.
That's right.
And then she's
Look
like,
what
"No,
happened.
I got alopecia.
I
And
got
it's
alopecia.
like,
No, you ain't
bitch,
got alopecia, bitch. No, you just
you
another
did fucked up
bald-headed
shit with your
German
hair
Shepherd.
and like bleached your hair. for,
Bleached
like,
your hair.
so
You glued
long.
it. They glued. Listen,
Glue it.
I want you, Nina. This is what you got to do. I want you to just Google so the stream can see. Remember supermodel Naomi Campbell, right? Google
Yes.
Naomi Campbell hair. I want you to look at what Naomi Campbell's hairline looks like. Wait till you see this shit.
Naomi Campbell. Man, she used to be really pretty.
Well, wait till you see the hair, and then just
I
click
haven't seen
images.
her in forever.
Well, when you see this picture, you're gonna find out why.
No.
Yeah,
Oh
buddy.
no. I don't even know if I should show
Yeah,
it.
they need to see it. They need to see it. They need you guys need to see what these German shepherds look like when you take all these wigs off. Look at this bitch. Hold up.
No.
That middle right there. Look. That's the one. Click it.
Are you serious?
Yep. Oh shit.
No.
It's hey, pull up Murphy from RoboCop. Look, that's a black Murphy. Look at this bitch's
Oh my
head.
god.
For all you guys out there, my black queens, hotep. Nah, fuck that.
It's the same thing with like Beyonce, probably. Like
All of
she
them.
never has her own.
Never has
hair.
on hair. Listen, wait till Jay-Z sees what that bitch looks like 20 years from now.
Well, that's
These
why he
bald-headed
cheated on
asses.
her.
That's why he cheated on her,
already.
getting sidekicked in the elevator from Solange, ratchet, ugly ass.
Oh my
Listen,
god,
man.
that was so funny though.
But here's the thing, though. If now hold on, let's be honest. If it was the other way around, and Jay-Z thought Beyonce was cheating, and Jay-Z's brother or somebody or cousin sidekick Beyonce, it's not funny though, right? Like, everybody, oh my god, he's an abuser, he hates women.
No.
It's like, listen,
No.
keep your foot on these hoes' neck. I keep telling these dudes that, firmly on that neck and on their hairline. Because look,
Yeah, but in this case, he got on his knees and he begged her to take
Yeah.
him back.
that was stupid.
That's what happened in this case.
He probably thought some money he was gonna lose.
Eric Allen for 20. I thought they had a prenup though.
They do, but he still has to pay her for every kid they have.
That's true, but also like, isn't she super rich? Like without him, like
She
'cause she
is,
has
but
like
women
fucking
always
Destiny's
want
Child
more.
and Beyonce money. Like,
But here's the thing,
that had
Nina.
nothing to do with Jay-Z.
It doesn't matter what women have; they always want your shit. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what they got; they want your shit.
No, she's got her own shit. She doesn't give a shit
Hold
about
on.
Jay-Z
Okay,
shit.
if she got her own shit, why does she want money from him in a divorce? Riddle me that.
Well, look, okay, I don't know if that becomes a woman thing at that point. That
It is.
becomes a narcissistic person thing
Who
that
is
wants
women every time.
power and money, like, like perpetually, forever. Like it's never enough. It's
And
like
who
a
who
hole that
tends
can't be
to do
filled.
that? Okay, do you know what guys? Do you know what men value? What they cherish above all things on earth? Take a guess. See how well you know men. What do men cherish most? Huh?
It really depends on what kind of man.
All men are the same. They all cherish one thing above all things on earth.
I don't know what to say. I feel like
Freedom.
this is a trick question.
It's not freedom.
See, I was gonna say pussy, but then I was like, what if
Nope.
the guy's gay?
Nope. All men crave freedom above all things on earth, which is freedom. Freedom. That's why they say peace and quiet.
I don't think that's true.
It's true. That's why men will fight a totalitarian regime, right?
But that's why okay.
They'll die. No, they'd rather die than be slaves.
It depends what kind of man, because right now, as we speak,
These are males, not men. These are
The-
males. These are
they're
males.
okay.
These aren't men. These are males. These are bitch-made beta male cuck sent manginas.
Exactly, because
They
I
don't
was going to
deserve to
say,
live.
are we talking about like men, or are we
Real
talking
men
about,
will
like,
fight to the
cucks?
death
Because
for
there's
freedom.
a lot of
Yeah,
fucking
a
cucks
lot
out
of
there
cucks
that
like
don't
Will
care
Smith.
about freedom at all.
No, they care about their all they do is pussy worship, and all they do is look at Will Smith. That's what most dudes have devolved into. Now, do you know what women crave above all else? Security, which is the opposite of freedom.
Yes.
Stability.
Yes, security,
the opposite
stability.
of freedom. See? Opposite. Yin yang. That's the opposite.
They like the freedom.
No, they don't. The women don't want to be free. That's why they're all miserable, popping antidepressants and shit. They don't want to be free. They just
Men
want
are
security.
on antidepressants too.
Women have a higher rate of antidepressants and mental illness than men do.
In that although men are willing to go get with dolls and ashtrays and shit, women are not. That's why they get on
Because
drugs.
women have options. But hold on, let's be honest. I've heard women say men will stick their dick in anything. I talked about this with Phil last night.
This
right?
is true.
Now they say that. Hold on. What are women known to stick up into their orifices?
Look.
Vegetables, fruits, random objects. They get peanut butter. They get the dog to lick them off. Hey, shout out to all my white
What
girls who
the
smash
fuck?
dogs. Hey, for all you brothers out, I
No.
told y'all, for all you guys out
No.
there smashing white chicks, if you go to a
Unacceptable.
white chick's house and she has a large dog and you see lots of jars of peanut butter, but you can't find any jelly in the house, you can't find any bread in the house, you can't find any jam in the house, you can't find shit that goes along with peanut butter, right?
Okay,
you can't find chocolate. That means she's
no.
fucking the dog.
Drex,
The dog is getting some sloppy toppy, man. It is what it is.
Drex, you are knowing some fucking weirdo people.
It's
Okay?
the truth.
This is not
Does the chat know?
everybody.
Hold on.
This
Does the
is-
chat know?
I refuse
Oh
to
yeah,
believe
he said the
this.
bananas. Yeah, wine bottle. Look, Nina, I ain't telling you no lies, man. These white chicks have gotten crazy with these goddamn fucking these dogs.
I hate this world, Drex. I can't
Was it
live on this planet anymore.
0.03% of all? I think it's like the DNA or something comes back with dog semen. These hoes are getting smashed by these dogs, man.
No,
these
I know. I
great
saw that.
mastiffs.
Oh my god,
It's
I
very
saw
common.
That one bitch did that on stream.
It's very common, man. These white chicks love these dogs more than they love you. You know what I'm saying?
What was her name? It wasn't Amaranth. It was somebody else. She did it on stream and she got in trouble. Like people called like fucking PETA on her and stuff.
Yeah, look, Nina. Next time you go to a white girl's house and you see all like, why the fuck you got all these jars of Skippy, Jif, and it's always creamy, right? It's never with the nuts in it. It's always creamy. Fuck. And you go like this. Hey, you got some jelly? Oh, Nina, I just haven't been able to get to the store, but surely I'll be able to get you some, girl. You're like, well, you got some bread? Oh, I had bread. Wait, so you open up a cupboard, right?
I might be reliving a situation right now.
Oh, I bet you are.
Bro, like meaning like I went
think
to
I'm playing?
a friend of mine's house.
Yep, and you
And
saw a lot of jars of peanut butter, didn't you?
There might have been a lot.
You didn't see no goddamn jelly or jam, no apple butter, no bread, right? How do you?
No,
why
there was
do you
no
have,
bread. There was
there's
no bread.
no bread.
And I was
They're
like, how are you
fucking-
eating
hold on.
this shit? And she was like, I just eat it.
I just eat it.
out
I
of
just gave it a
jar.
spoon.
And
No,
I'm
they
like,
don't.
yeah, right. Nobody's doing this shit. Like what?
Ain't nobody eating peanut butter. Like, look, peanut butter is not that good. Peanut butter is not so good. You're like this. Look, watch. I'll give you an example. Hey, Nina, you and I go to the store. We get a thing of cookie dough. Cookie dough is so good. You go like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat some cookie dough, right? Not peanut butter. No one opens up a damn jar, a gallon jar of peanut butter. And goes, man, let me get this spoon and just, I'm gonna eat some peanut butter. No, you ain't.
Well, I mean, there is some fucking weirdos that do that. Like there was actually a Seinfeld joke about that. Remember where George Costanza like went and like grabbed
Yeah, you know,
the
brothers
peanut
watch
butter and
Martin.
started
We didn't watch
eating it?
Seinfeld.
Hmm?
Yeah, brothers watch Martin. We didn't watch Seinfeld. We watched Martin.
Oh, okay. So you didn't watch Seinfeld. Well, anyways, George Costanza gets like a peanut butter jar and he starts eating it like from the peanut butter jar, and then he uses his hand, like he doesn't even use a spoon. And Jerry gets like,
I see people do that. Yeah, they're
he
like
gets mad.
and suck
Yeah,
off
and
the
they're
finger.
like, yeah.
Oh,
And
they're
it's
doing
like-
more than that, Nina. Sometimes, look, like I said, when you want to go ahead and get it from the back, and you scoop and swipe, and they scoop and swipe, and then they bend over. Usually they have an apparatus. Hold up, I'm gonna give you guys a reenactment. These hoes sit there, right, and they hold up, Nina. Now I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it now. All right, let me show you what these hoes do. So they get the jelly, or sorry, they get the peanut butter, right? They open up the peanut butter jar. They scoop the peanut butter, and they go like this. Swipe it on the ass. They swipe the peanut butter on the ass. They take the dildo or other apparatus, put it on the wall. Put it on the wall right there. And then with the dog on that ass. Nina, it is real in these streets. I'm telling y'all the truth. These chicks get the peanut butter from the back with the dog licking them. Then they suck on the dildo or the vibe that they stick to the wall. I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm deep in the streets. Nina, it's true.
Deep in the
It has gotten real out here, man.
Oh my god, it's gotten real sad. Eric Allen for $20. Drex now. Him and thank you are him and Ty.
Oh, Ty's the
my
best.
My dream team for a stream. Nicely done. I don't think I've had Ty on before, but
Really?
Drex is fucking awesome. I met him on Flashcast and we're like,
I know.
Cecil.
It was
Cecil, no. Stop it, Cecil.
Cecil knows the truth, man. Look, hey, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you some real shit, Nina. I just was on the Jack Show. Shout out to everybody on the Jack Show. I was just there with those guys last week, right?
I was watching.
And I was talking about Latinos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, look, man, when you're so deep in this, I'm 39 years old. I have been so deep in it, basically from birth. I was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Yeah.
the dude, I was the incel kid who sat in the house and just played video games and didn't ever live in the real world. So when I would say things, people, oh, Drex is crazy. I don't know where he gets any of this stuff from. And then so I started saying things. The only people who really know what I'm talking about are people who actually are out there, right?
Mhm.
I'm on the Jack show and I said, yo, man, Latino males, right? These brothers out here, shout out to all my Latino brothers. They open up their wallets, Nina. They have pictures of their girl when she was skinny. Do you know what I mean? Look, I remember saying this, and I remember I had somebody, Drex, you're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, have you been around? Like, how many Latinos have you been around? They're kind of like, well, I mean, that's just crazy. I've never seen it before.
I
like,
live in Mexico.
Then you know.
I do
You know.
I do
But see,
know.
do you know what it's like to be around people who don't know shit from fucking what my dad used to say? He said they don't know shit from Wild Honey, right? The average person out there never really lived it. All they've done is sell online, jerk off to tentacle porn, and run their fucking mouth because they heard a song or watched a movie and they try to emulate it. I said, if you've actually been out there, right? If someone like your average person, I'm gonna show you how boring most people's lives are.
It's probably
If someone
my
walked up to
life.
somebody and said, hey, write an autobiography, do you know what they would do? I mean, nothing's really happened in my life. I can't think of... Nina, this is no bullshit. If someone asked me to write an autobiography, I would have to go like this. Hold on. Is there a page limit? Yeah,
Sure.
Drex, you can only have it. I would have to cut out. I have to at least sit down and go like this. God damn, I got to see what the hell I got to cut out. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't put that in there because that'd be too many pages because I was living it. You see what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you've gone out there and lived it, I don't ever come back and say, yeah, you know what, Nina, nothing's been new with me, homegirl. I never heard of the Baldo. Mother, fuck that. This Baldo's getting used. You understand what I'm saying? This Baldo's getting used. Look.
Are you gonna stay longer? Because I can invite Cecil, and this show can get real crazy.
God damn. Go finish the super chats. I'm gonna because I still got to do my damn laundry that I was supposed to do a long time ago.
Joe K for 5 says Drex is my favorite live stream guest. Handing out truth pills like Tic Tacs. Drex has a way with words. Ruby King for 10. Thank you so much. Sex dolls are fun and all, but I think using them as a replacement for humans is a mental illness. So do I. I'm sorry, but you're not rewiring thousands of years of human evolution. Might as well give up on sex. Mine as well give up on sex. I think he meant might as well give up on sex. I mean that's how I kind of feel about it, but then again, hey, to each their own, I guess. But I'm with you. I'm with you. Silver Ronan for 2 says, got a lot of nudes from Muslim women in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, man.
They're freaky ladies over there.
Nina, look, this was crazy. This is no lie. Shout out to my man Apex German. I got a Muslim brother in my Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wasn't even looking for this shit up when I was on the hub, right? I was like searching for, for a friend for research purposes.
For science.
For science, right? So I'm on there for some research purposes. And I don't know, because like I said, you can't blame me. I'm not to blame for any of this bullshit.
Of course
it's the
not.
algorithm.
Uh-huh.
The algorithm took me on a path that I wasn't prepared to go down, right? But I ended up finding these hojabbies. And I'm sitting there looking like,
did you just say hojabby?
these hojabbies. These hojabbies. Nina, I found a new fetish. I didn't think this was possible. I thought I had explored everything I needed to, other than this motherfucking Baldo. I thought I explored everything. Nina, this is no lie. My whole mind opened up to some new possibilities. Right? Because I mean, the 2.5 something is going to happen, and I'm gonna review that and talk about that encounter when I smash the regular size chick with the midget. So after I do that, I'm gonna look for these goddamn hojabbies, preferably before Ramadan or during Ramadan, because the thirst is real.
Are you talking about the ones that are like naked underneath, and then they like are really into certain?
Nina, they can all get it. Nina, you've been around men before. Do men sit there and go like this? Well, you know
Explain what you mean by hojabbies.
So I mean, hijab is just these burqa and hijab wearing assholes that actually are out here getting ran through. In the same way that if you go to the Christian church or the Catholic girls, listen, a lot of these Catholic girls and Mormon girls, their assholes have gotten blown out. Shout out to all my Christian girls, my Catholic girls, and my Mormon girls. I love all of y'all. Listen, they love backdoor. They might listen. Pastor Flash needs to meet some of these hoes. I'm gonna take Pastor.
Can you imagine? Oh,
I'm gonna take. This is gonna be some real shit, man. Next time I talk, look, this is a shot Yellow Flash, Pastor Flash. I'm taking you to Utah with me, man. We're gonna go find some Mormon hoes since he's all scared of the booty.
I mean, I saw this all has to do with like kind of like being what's the word repressed. This has to do with like sexual repression. So that's why the Catholic girls like that too. I remember like years ago I watched this like documentary about this porno star. I forget what her name was, but she was talking about how she grew up in a very Catholic house. Her mom was like really like, they were very strict and blah blah blah, and then like she became a porn star because it was like because she was so sexually repressed that when the time came for her to like go to college or whatever, she became a fucking wild crazy bitch.
That's right.
And it's the same thing with all these Middle Eastern women as well. They're being sexually they're being sexually repressed, and now they have to do the same thing. It's the same thing with Japan. In Japan, they're very sexually repressed. So like that's why it becomes like this balancing act, right? To find the balance of not being sexually oppressed.
Oh, that's what you meant.
At the same time as like in terms of society.
Oh, I thought you meant like standing 69s. Nina, I balance these hoes. Look.
No.
Bring them to me. But I know what you're saying. No, here's the thing. You're right. You have to have X amount of what are you willing to show them to basically kind of like ease their level of exposure, right? You have a certain level of exposure, but you have to balance that by saying, I'm showing you this for this reason, so you aren't like overwhelmed, because if I repress you too much, Nina, when I went to a Christian university, right? Mm-hmm. So I go to a Christian university. It was most Isley spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. It was nothing but ran through ass fake Christian hoes, right? Mm. And when you grow up seeing this kind of shit, like, watch this. Ask anybody, who's the biggest hoe in the church? Everyone's gonna say the preacher's daughter, right? Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's well known.
But that's well known, right? She can quote every Bible scripture.
Even the Simpsons made fun of it. Like, Reverend Brett Lovejoy's daughter was like the evil one or whatever. Yep. Yeah.
This is well known, right? But yet when you say this, people want to get mad at you. Oh, you don't believe in the Lord Jesus. I'm like, dude, I didn't say all that. All I said was these hoes are out here hoeing. I accept their hoeing for what it is, and I must utilize it and bottle that hoeing up. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, smash. Obviously pass.
Well, see, that's where I'm at though, with like the whole society conversation. That's why I'm saying like there has to be a balance found, because like for example, like when you go from like extreme like oppression to basically like, for example, in my childhood and growing up, like for example, and like being oppressed in Iran, and then you see the juxtaposition in the West when you see like, for example, Madonna on the screen with like doing her thing, and you're like, this is completely opposite, like the extreme opposite end of my culture and like what I'm growing up with. And then you think to yourself, well, maybe that's the right method, because as kids growing up, we're seeing like, femininity being expressed in a different way versus like the way it's being oppressed over there. So like, but then fast forward time, right? But this was in the 80s when I was like looking at Madonna doing crazy ass shit on the stage or whatever. Like, fast forward till now, you see how the West has kind of fallen in terms of like femininity and how where femininity went. It's gone down the fucking drain. Like, it's just like, it's been so crazy, the change and the way that things have gone. And now you kind of wonder, like, where is that balance? And had we achieved balance of like, not so, there's a Persian saying, says, not nabon shirishu nabon binabak, means not so salty and not so much without flavor. Mm-hmm. So it's like you want to find that balance of like,
But Nina, it's over now. Like
is it? Can't we just like look to better ourselves in that sense and like,
No.
maybe try and create it in
No, on an individual level, it's not over, right? It's never over on an individual level, but on a
Okay.
societal level, it's over. Anyone out there thinking like, no, Drex, we're going to restore the nuclear family. How are you going to do that?
Okay.
The laws haven't changed. Nina, like I said, you're married, but have you actually talked to guys out here? And they're out here, guys, like I said, with money, with status, guys doing well for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're not
It's rare.
not buying what's being sold anymore.
No,
like,
it's rare.
because they've seen it.
Yeah.
Right? They've seen all the
And
thottery.
they've seen it fall apart.
They've seen it fall apart. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, so you want me to sign up for that and I can lose my shit? No, I'm good. I'm going to smash these hoes. I'm going to keep it moving and just do me. And so people, they naturally became much more selfish. You started seeing what in society? Men aren't too keen to go be sacrificial anymore. Have you noticed that? Oh, go to war. Go protect that random woman who's screaming in the back alley. Nah, I'm good.
They ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going.
Well,
she's
some
independent,
of them
man.
claim they do, like Sean Penn, who was like, "I'm going to the Ukraine to
got the
fight," and
shit.
I was
No, he
like, "Yeah, right." But
He ain't risking all that
bye.
money and shit. Yep,
Yeah.
he ain't doing shit.
I hope you do. Bye.
Yeah, he ain't got to do nothing.
No, these people aren't doing shit. SCFUFFS for 2 says, plus CA what? Plus a change.
Plus the change. Plus c'est la même. Oh, he's speaking French.
He's doing French.
Yeah.
Thanks. I don't know what any of that means. Thank you so much for all that.
The chose.
Silva Ronan for 5 says in the UAE, females are 30% and men are 70% of the population.
Facts.
Gay activity is very common.
Very.
Around, yeah.
A lot of boys out there getting bunker busted. A lot of pedophilia in the Middle East. They don't want to talk about the pedophilia in the Middle East. Just like,
They don't want to talk about the pedophilia anywhere.
anywhere. They don't talk about it in the black community either. A lot of black boys get raped by their it's the older females in the community that are smashing these young boys.
Oh, yeah, we were gonna talk about that, by the way. That we didn't really, but just real quick, I'm gonna bring this up after I read this. Sanity Claus for 20. Thank you so much for that generous super chat. Nina really did take over and rebranded the real BBC. Rest in peace. As in Gary. Oh my God. Sorry, could not resist the dad joke. Interesting chat. Going over to listen to Nick complain about StreamYards. Have fun. Oh, thank you, Sanity Claus. Nick is always complaining about StreamYard, and there's nothing we can do about it. Legal Mindset. Hey, Andrew for $10 says late and Jack Murphy, but I'm here to simp for Drex and Baldo.
Andrew knows the way.
And then another $10 says just hitting. I think he meant kidding. I'm a fan of Persian Princess and Ashereshte too. So here's another one for me. Oh, thank you, Andrew.
You know, he's in the States right now.
Is he?
He is. Andrew is actually in the States. I wrote it down in my journal, the 25th till May 3rd. Andrew, so this is the problem. I'm heartbroken right now. I'm due to go hang out with wifey in Alabama, but I kind of want to see Andrew too. So I gotta.
Wait, did you say wifey?
Yeah, well, that's what we call NCAA cat. Nick gave her that name, so then people have trolled me thinking I'm actually married. No, it's just the name that Nick gave NCAA cat.
I don't know what NCAA cat is either.
Oh no, she was a guest on Nick's show that we did a show together.
Okay.
But like we ended up just talking just like how you and I talk, and like so yeah, we hang out. I go down to Alabama, visit her because it's cold as shit here. And then Nick was like, Drex, you see her more than you see me, so he started calling her the wife.
So you're okay. So you go and warm each other up over there. I get it. Aw. Drex has an Andrew journal. That's a bit gay, but that's
it is a bit Jack Murphy. Why is my camera being weird?
I don't know. It's like auto-focusing. You're fine.
Damn, I was gonna grab the ball to see if I could do something, but it fucking went back to clear.
But real quick, this is what I was gonna bring up before I finish those super chats. This is what we saw earlier that I was like, what?
Yeah.
British Hollywood actress Zara Fithian, who starred in Doctor Strange with Benedict Cumberbatch and her husband, had sex with the 13-year-old girl and filmed most of the abuse in a bid to recreate porn scenes. Apparently, according to this, Zara Fithian and her husband Victor Mark are accused in court of many offenses. Mark 59 and Fithia 36 deny they repeatedly had sex with this girl. Girl claimed couple filmed most of the abuse in a bid to recreate porn scenes. Ooh, I don't even know if I want to read this whole thing, but that's
Well,
her.
we got to, because that's just crazy.
Should we read it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this
is around-
British actress, blah, blah, blah. The girl now, okay, so her and her husband are accused of having sex with this girl. The girl, now an adult, says that Zara Fithian and Victor Mark filmed the abuse in a bid to recreate pornographic scenes. The abuse is claimed to have happened between 2005 and 2008 when the couple were martial arts instructors in Nottinghamshire. Ew, they were like, oh my God, that's so gross.
I was about to ask that question, right? Like, where were the parents? And it kind of makes sense that they were at martial arts and they were instructors. The parents, I'm assuming, dropped the girl off.
I'm guessing.
And then like, well, they're instructors and they're a Hollywood actress, so she wouldn't do anything.
She wouldn't do anything. Jurors in Nottingham and Crown Court also heard the police interview from a woman who was aged between 13 and 15 at the time of the alleged abuse, describing the details of the sexual offense before a pair were married. Mark 59 and Pythian 36, whose legal name is now Zara Mark, denied 14 charges of sexual activity with a child. That's so fucking gross. The court heard Pythia ask the girl if she wanted to play a game of dare and gave her an alcoholic drink. She then gave her husband oral sex and asked the child to join in. Oh my God, that's so gross. The youngster copied what sports coach Pythia had been doing. The jury was told before experienced martial arts instructor Mark allegedly had sex with both of them. The child alleged she did not know how to react, but it is alleged that this kind of sexual activity happened repeatedly, and they told her not to say anything. I knew it was wrong, but I just didn't know how to get out of the situation or say anything else. She told the police, I remember trying to copy Zara's reaction at the time because I looked up to her and tried to be like her. See, this is one of the things that like makes this like kind of believable immediately is the fact that she went to the police.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't like something that she came on Twitter and was like, hey, by the way, I got raped, and I'm announcing it on Twitter, and everyone's like, well, did you go to the cops? And she's like, no, because I didn't think they would believe me. It's like, I don't know about this. Okay, so I knew it was something. Well, I remember trying to copy Zara's reactions. Okay, we read that. The child also felt that she was being coached by Pythian to get a better at sexual activity. The court was told that's really fucking gross. She estimated Mark, a coach in martial arts and Taekwondo at a very high level, had sex with her about 20 times on different occasions. Pythian, who portrayed Bernadette Zilla in the Marvel film, was at the height of her success, said barrister Francis McGrath, who's representing Markle, the film's Mark, the film star's husband. Mr. McGrath made references to Pythian's climb to fame as he cross-examined the woman who has claimed Mark repeatedly incidentally assaulted her as a teenager. He said throughout 2016, you would be aware of the national media and social media posts. Zara Mark was enjoying unprecedented personal and professional success in a motion picture starring Benedict Cumberbatch on December 4th, 2016. At the height of her success, you made the complaint. This led the police to video recordings of her alleged allegations. 2 days later, the woman told the court they had not linked.
They're not linked. Yeah.
They're not linked. When it was suggested that she went to the police after Zara Pythian, someone from her youth, was experiencing the unprecedented success referred to, the woman had told police she was groomed and sexually touched by Mark of Revenshed after she turned 16. She alleged to have sex with her. Or he is alleged to have sex with her. The victim said that she decided it was the responsible thing to make disclosure to police due to the job she was in. She told the court that she was dealing with two safeguarding cases at work matters which were very tough to deal with. And me personally was taking a toll on. After she felt she could not cope with not saying anything anymore, she decided to say something. Mark faces 4 allegations, all denied, of historic incident assault on another woman who was 15 at the time, between 2002 and 2003. He is also jointly charged with his wife, Pythian, of 14 denied allegations of sexual activity with a different woman who was a girl at the time. The trial continues.
God damn. This is
That's some fucked up shit.
Man, I mean, but you know what though, Nina, you don't know these people around you, these neighbors, these people in your community, because it just, I don't know, man. This is one
You
of those
don't
wait
know.
to see, but you really don't know. You think people are okay, and nope.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying to leave your kids with like strangers.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, it's like, like that was another one that really fucked me up, was that the story of that poor gymnast girl that was getting it from like and it was like all these gymnast girls that were getting it
Oh,
from
Dr. Larry Nassar.
Yeah.
Now, Nina, do you know what bothers me about that case?
Larry Nassar's case?
Yeah. So there's this
a lot bothers me about that case.
Well, the prevailing theory that like people who are bigger framed, right? Guys like me, guys like Half Thor, that those are the monsters in society, right? Guys who are physically imposing. And I said, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when it comes to these pedos, they're usually weasel-looking people.
They're very small, yeah.
They're small.
Yeah.
Like real men do not harm women and children. They don't harm other men.
No.
Unless they're defending. Like the guys don't go around trying to bully people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this notion that like guys are out here just trying to do whatever, I'm like, no, man. But now this was kind of crazy about where our society's gone. You've demonized good men so much that they have now checked out and don't protect against the real predators that this culture has created, which you saw with, Cain Velasquez, the former UFC fighter, went after the dude who allegedly molested his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put on the hockey mask. See, real men do not play that shit. This whole, like, you're doing stuff to kids.
No, it's like that guy that killed the dude, like, in Texas. He, like, walked it on some dude raping his daughter, and he, like, just fucking killed him right there.
Right on
the
like, spot.
Good. Yeah, good.
And the fact that we have a society that will, like, protect the evildoer. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, here's why you're not allowed to do that in vigilante. Whereas in the old world, and I'm sure in Islam, if you see someone molesting a child and you kill them, there is like, good job.
Yeah, good for you. You gain honor for saving the fucking child, like not the other way around.
Honor killings are real, man. I support honor killings.
I think at this point in my life, listen, when it comes to pedophilia,
I have no chill, man. I have
zero.
Oh,
chill.
hey, my man knows about free James Fairbanks.
I have zero chill too. I'm like the wall, the wall.
Man, James Fairbanks is a real one. He actually lives lives. He's in prison now, but James Fairbanks is not far from where my sister is. Wow. And I told her, I said, look, man, this is a true American hero. The fact that James Fairbanks should have been pardoned already. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. This is how bad his case was, Nina.
I don't remember James Fairbanks.
Oh, this dude has the face of realness. This is Frank Castle right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this dude has no chill.
I just Googled him.
Oh yeah, buddy. So
look, that mustache.
That stash. You know he's serious, right?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? What happened with this guy? I don't know this guy.
So James Fairbanks yeeted the pedo. So Fairbanks is the guy who is the short one in the orange jumpsuit, right?
Okay.
The pedo is the guy with the
mustache?
the creepy mustache, right?
Oh my God.
Fairbanks yeeted that dude, right?
Okay.
Condalucci was his name. His own daughter testified on Fairbanks' behalf. Like, my dad did these things to me and was going after my friends when I was a kid. He's a hero. But the system protects the pedophile.
Are you serious?
Yep. Fairbanks got a 70-year sentence.
For killing this dude?
Yep.
What state was it?
This is in Nebraska. He had set up... Nina, he has a letter that he wrote to the media. You can type in like James Fairbanks letter and click images. He wrote a letter, a Dear Media letter, because this dude is that real. This dude is a G.
Oh, it's probably
James
here.
Fairbanks is a real one.
Dear Media. There it is. Oh my God.
Yeah, this creep set up a playground in his backyard, even though he doesn't have children. And he's a twice convicted pedophile. He had been convicted, not just alleged, convicted, I believe it was in Florida or somewhere else, right? So he moved, like they all do, they grift, right?
They all
and
move.
then try to look for new victims.
New
And Fairbanks
prey.
said he was looking for a place to move. He looked into this dude, and he used to work at a youth center with kids who were traumatized like that, right? And he went ahead and Fairbanks put on the hockey mask, Nina.
I would have done the same thing. I think I would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
man.
he was like, yeah, I'm not allowing this shit to happen. And yeah, he's doing 70 years, right? That's the society we live in. That's the thing. Nina, from that perspective, that's why, like I said, I loved watching, I love Batman in general. That's my favorite superhero. But like, vigilantism is a byproduct of a broken system. If the system works, you don't need a vigilante. If the system works, if you can't, if mayors aren't corrupt, district attorneys, if everyone's on the take,
if society's not
if society functions the way it's supposed to, vigilantes they don't have a need to exist. But when you have a society that's protecting pedophiles, nah, man, I'm putting on the hockey mask.
I mean, we just saw like the new like Supreme Court justice, right?
German
Shepherd, actually, yeah.
Yep. Doesn't even define what a woman is. Come on, man.
You're a biologist. Yeah, fuck off.
Come on, man.
That shit. Torgo the White for Two says, Drex, have you ever watched Fury Apocalypse?
So we got a furry apocalypse. I'll write it down in here so I have it.
Furry Apocalypse by Flash Gets. I've never heard of this.
I hope this is on Prime.
Oh my God. Aiken for $2.99. Both of you are killing me. I hope of laughter. Cecil says for $2. George Washington Carver ruined white women.
Look at that avatar. Cecil kills me.
I know, he kills me too. Koopa the Goblin Troopa for $5 says, seeing that a description, Drex, of chicks and dogs, how am I the worst? Also, the photo of the used to be skinny and the only thing that holds back HMT. What's HMT?
HMT is hockey mask time.
Oh,
it's when dudes put on the hockey mask and you have to go ahead and yeet somebody.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Cooper's our resident degenerate who got a doll from Dollhouse Phil, a goblin doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Koopa is he's a legend in our Discord.
Okay.
He actually smashed the goblin so hard that the head popped off.
Oh wow.
True story. And he finished. He didn't stop to put the head back on. Koopa, man, you ain't shit. I mean, you would think that you would have a DC like put her head back on, right? But nope, Koopa finished.
Ew. Thanks for the $5, Kufa. Ruby King for $2 says, my first time was with the preacher's daughter. Wow.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Wow. That
Man,
was a really good first time.
I bet it was.
I'm pretty sure she was probably experienced.
Yeah, it was not her first time. It doesn't matter. Like, preacher's daughters don't have a time when they're virgins. They just come out as hoes.
Jesus.
I mean, have you ever heard of a virgin preacher's daughter? Like he was my first. No, they just get ran through. Like, their first time is the train. You see what I'm saying?
Our society
These hoes get passed around, man. Shout out to all my preacher's daughters out there. Every one of you are hoes. It is what it is.
John Burns for $2. Thank you so much for the tune. He says, I think Cumberbatch liked being in the headline.
Yeah, I didn't like that either, though.
I didn't like that, and I would be
that's not fair to him. Like,
if I was Cumberbatch, I would be like, I would be threatening to sue. I'd be like, get my name out. Get my name out your fucking article, motherfucker.
Right? Well, the thing is, if I'm Cumberbatch, though, you can have a picture of her from the movie, right?
Yeah.
Because it says that she was in Doctor Strange. I've never even seen the movie. But if it says that she's in Doctor Strange, show us a picture from that movie with no one else in that image. Yeah, don't show other people.
Show us her in the movie, not her and fucking Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, what the hell? Like, poor guy. Like, he's not the one that's a pedo. and it just makes him look like he's like either
He knows
knowingly
something.
works
Yep,
with pedos or
it's
like,
wrong.
is a pedo. Like, it's just such a bad look. And his movie's just coming out. Like his Doctor Strange 2 movie's coming out. This is terrible fucking advertising for him. Mind you, of course, Disney hires all sorts of fucking weird pedos, apparently. But thanks for that toonie, John Burns. STFU FFS for 2 says the actress is 36 now. In 2005, she was 18 or 19. She's 36 now. Okay. John Burns for Toonie says Google Jimmy Savile BBC. I heard about Jimmy at Drex.
Google Jimmy Savile BBC. Okay.
I don't know what that.
I'll look him up.
Oh wait, is
tomorrow.
it? That's the guy that like got. Isn't he the pedo dude too? I don't know. I think he is. I don't know. Jimmy Savile. Maybe I'm mistaken. So bad with names. I don't remember who this guy is.
Jimmy Savile.
I don't get it. He's in the British Horror Story? The Awful Truth of Netflix's Jimmy Savile documentary. He gaslit an entire nation. The global success of Jimmy Savile brought the BBC's figures crimes to the attention of the world. The spotlight is now on how he groomed a whole society. Oh yeah, he is like that groomer guy.
Oh shit. Damn,
Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't hear about this dude.
I heard about it a long time ago, but you hear about all these things and you just kind of like, you're like, I can't have this shit be in my brain.
He was protected by the BBC and governments for decades.
That makes sense. I think I heard about that. Koopa the Goblin Troopas is for 2. Gingo Jennings said it best.
Oh yeah, Gino. Oh yeah, look,
Gino's Jennings. I'm sorry.
Nina, he's a legend. He's the only real pastor out there, man. When you
I've never heard of him.
He has this epic roast of all these German shepherds that are nothing but hoes. And if you just start being
More
like
epic
Gino,
than yours?
Nina, nothing matches Gino. It is the most epic roast. Look him up on YouTube. Look up like Gino Jennings. You're a hoe.
How long is it?
It's not very long. It's probably like a minute and a half, maybe. It's God tier.
Should we watch it now?
Yeah, your chat might need to see this because he's dead serious.
Okay, hold on. Gino Jennings. You're a hoe?
Yep.
Description of hoes. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's a pastor. Okay, Pastor Jennings. All right. Okay. Here we go, people. Pastor speaks.
You so-called Christian-looking whores. Jumping in some church, flapping your ankle chains around, all on the choir, breasts hanging out, lips all red, nails painted red, purple, blue, green, long like bird claws, all this fake hair, breast implant, toenails with little fake diamonds in it. Your toes ain't richer. You're nothing but a prostitute. Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Go to church now. Go to church. Got nothing but a singing hoe, a shouting hoe, a organ playing hoe, a choir director hoe. Hey, preacher. If what I just said describe your wife, you're married to a hoe.
Oh my God.
Talk to me.
Damn.
Here it is.
Yes, sir. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. A man that's a real man don't want his wife out in the street looking like a prostitute. And you a holy woman? Amen. Amen. Or claim you's a Christian? Christian with skin tight pants. showing the very shape of your birth canal. Going to some church with the shape of your birth canal exposed in public and jeans all up the backside of your behind, carrying a Bible. That's right. Going to church. That's right. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
Pastor Gino Jennings. This dude Nina, there's no one like Pastor Gino, man.
God, clearly.
There's no one like Pastor Gino, man.
Clearly. John Burns for a toonie says Google Jimmy Savile. Oh, we already did that. Thank you. Eric Allen for 5 says I had to restart my message. Nice work minus negative pedo work. Yeah. Silver Runner for 2 says Jimmy Savile is why I don't pay my BBC TV license. Good.
I like that, man.
Fuck that shit. And besides, the BBC is fucking terrible anyway.
They are.
John Burns for Toonie. Google Johnny Rotten got banned from the BBC. I think that, I remember that
Does
too.
that sound familiar? Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Johnny Rotten. That sounds so familiar. I don't know why he got banned though. I don't remember. For outing him. Oh, he outed him. Oh, here is okay. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this later. There's like a video of it, but they might claim me, so I'm not gonna play that. Okay, thank you, John Burns. And then Clay for 2 says a preacher's daughter peanut butter now costs.
Yeah, cost ho.
Drex, it's been 3 hours.
God,
we're gonna call it.
Look, I don't know how we do it. Look, I came
crazy.
on here and I said, look, I'm just gonna come on and just chat with Nina real quick, get back to doing this load of laundry because my washing machine fucked up. Now you got me out here for 3 hours. Got Gino on the damn tube.
I know.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, and I
know.
gotta go too because I'm gonna have to wake up and go on an excursion with X-Ray Girl. We're gonna go to we're gonna go on an adventure. Maybe go to a cenote or like some other stuff and like just hang out.
Ask her about that peanut butter.
Oh my God, she's married. She's married.
Yeah, I know she is. Ask her about white girls and peanut butter and dogs.
Oh
she
my
knows the truth, man. She
God.
knows the way.
Oh my God, I will. I'm gonna. I wonder if she watched the show tonight. Oh my God.
I told you it's real out here, Nina.
Spike in madness.
Ooh.
How dare you?
Nina's an infinite hoe.
How dare you?
Oh,
no,
God.
that is not accurate at all.
Oh, man.
You guys, thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you everyone for super chats, just hanging out, being awesome. My chat is freaking amazing.
Yeah, they were, man.
It was a good time.
In there.
Drex, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. It was a pleasure talking to you. I would love to have you come back on the stream at some point and talk about
let me know.
more fucking crazy shit because this is a great show.
Look,
and I
Nina,
loved it.
don't worry. I'm going to let you know about this Baldo. I might have to bring you and Anna on for the Baldo review when I review it because as you are both married.
Do you just want to see my reaction? Because I think you're absolutely fucking crazy. Is that why you want to just see my reaction? Yeah. I think this is fucking insane.
How you call me crazy when I got 2 rings? Look. You got 1 ring. I got 2. You see it? Look, I got 2 rings. Look, I go out in public with this. You see what I'm saying? When you go out in public with a Baldo and 2 rings, and you let people know, look, I'm gonna start wearing this shit like a chain around my neck, like Flavor Flav had the clock. I'm gonna wear the Baldo just dangling like this.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Just a dick swinging. I mean, y'all ain't never seen no shit like that. Listen, see, look, everybody got corny. Nobody's willing to do that shit. And I said, look, man. I'm always willing to go out there above and beyond to make sure that the world gets rebalanced. Nina, there's been too much fuck shit going on for too long.
You're right
I couldn't stand it anymore. And I said,
You're
look,
right.
The world needs to go back to its essence. And you know what? I will say this. People talk about the left not having a sense of humor. I would say the right is just as bad because Nick can go do a chill stream at night, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of his new fans that are like, oh my God, this is not the kind of content I want to watch. Like,
they're all like, "What? I'd never."
I
Like,
would
they're all
never
like,
get the fuck out of here, man. Look, check your look, Nina. If you check my history, I tell you, I got 14 tabs open. I can tell you how many of them are porn related. Hold up, let me see.
Silver Ronin says, "I need a baldo."
Yeah, one,
See, you're
two,
selling this shit. You
3,
need
4.
you
5,
need to
6.
be getting some commission out of this.
I have
bullshit.
6, so basically 7. So over half my screens now, 7 of my now 13 screens are spicy related, right? If you go through most people's phones and check their browser history, these right-leaning and left-leaning people are out here on the hub, Spank Bang, XNXX.com, PornTrex.com, XHamster.com. They're into all kinds of shit. You see what I'm saying? So why not just be honest about it? But see, nobody wants to have that conversation, right? But
No,
like we
not.
come on here, it doesn't matter if we have different world views and stuff. Like our basic nature actually fits. It's like this. Honesty. You see what I'm saying? Honesty. Transparency.
I'm into that.
Baldoacy. Like this shit all works out in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, Nina, nobody knows how to have fun no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's all
That's
fucking
also true.
uptight.
Everybody's like prude and shit.
Yeah, I don't do that
and,
prude
like,
shit, man. You just whip this dick
everyone
out
is
on
like all. I mean, like I get it. I mean, like I'm fine with like basic stuff. Like I'm fine. I'm very comfortable with my husband and with with our sex life. We've got we got to figure it out. I'm fine. But
Yeah, how
I
you gotta figure it
get
out
some
without this?
people need to spice things up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with having like, just adding some spice. Don't forget about hentai, says Richard Diaz.
Mhm.
Okay. I think that's a wrap though, guys. So thank you everybody. We will be back. Well, I will be back very shortly. I'll be back Friday for some good news, some wholesome news. So come and hang out with
This
me
felt
on
like a wholesome
Friday.
stream. You know what I mean? Like, damn. I mean, don't you feel like refreshed and shit? Like, when people just have that feeling like they really like go tackle the day. Like when someone goes, Nina, what'd you do last night? You're gonna wake up tomorrow. You're gonna say, someone goes, what'd you do last night? You got to, what do you say? X-rated girl?
X-ray girl. It's because
X-ray
she's
girl.
an X-ray like person, like in real life. Like she takes X-rays of people, like a medical assistant. So she called herself X-ray girl online.
Man, I'm gonna talk to her about taking an X-ray of these rings. I'm gonna quit playing. Shit, we're gonna do a live. I'm telling you, Nina, we're going places. I definitely want to go ahead and, like I said, I want to get on the hub and start shooting videos and shit and shooting content. I actually,
Really? You're
that
actually getting into like the porno?
No,
the
no.
porno game.
That was my dream before I had a daughter, and then she like killed my dream. Yeah, I had to get rid. I used to have a stage and pole at the house from Platinum Stages out of Arkansas. Got rid of all that shit.
How old is your daughter?
11.
Oh, okay.
So once you have a daughter, you can't. You got to be the best version of yourself. But if you see, had I had a son,
you got to actually respect women. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got to respect him so that you got to teach her how to respect herself.
Yeah, I mean,
so she doesn't end up on the hub.
She can't listen. You used to have to keep them off the pole, but the pole shit is dead now. You got to keep these girls off OnlyFans. It always starts with foot pics. It always goes up the leg, never down. So my thing is, before all the fuck shit happened, Nina, I was gonna go ahead and be a porn star, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once I got the baby bomb, I remember like you should have just seen like my dream, like the sparkle in my eye just fucking went, just dim.
It died.
It died, and I was like, well, I gotta find a
sorry.
new dream now. But like I said, look, I'm happy with it.
But you love your daughter, though.
I love
right?
my daughter. I love the baldo. I'm gonna love it more once it's actually in abroad. But the thing is, it's like there's so much love in the world to spread, and I was like, look, man, this love needs to get spread. Everywhere I go, I hear people out here with all this. They only talk to this person, right? I only talk to certain people. I said, man, fuck that. I want people to be degenerate. I want to hear about your goblin doll that you fucked the head off of. I want to hear about your law tube. I don't get like Nina. You know how that is. You like having guests that are just different.
Yeah, I
Different.
love having all these different kinds of people on too. Like I don't talk about baldos with like everybody. Like this is a you only zone, and I'm really glad that you're here and enlightening me on what's new in this, the sex toy game right now.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
dogs,
know.
peanut butter.
I didn't know.
I mean, you always knew, you just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know there's, things are advancing, but I didn't really know. I went to a sex shop the other day for the first time in like a really long time because one of my friends is getting married. So got married. They already got married, but I was throwing a bachelorette party for her. So I had to go to the sex shop to buy like all these penis molds for like brownies and shit and like just, dick molds and shit. So I saw one of these dolls for the first time ever. I saw like the sex doll. Yeah, but no. It was like a real, like the one that like the Hefner dolls, like the it was like a real life silicone like looking real doll. Like it was and she was just like sitting there like this. And I'm just like I walked in and I thought it was a real person at first because I was like I literally was like, why is this girl sitting there like that? Like, what kind of are they paying her to like model? And I realized it was a doll, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! So I started touching her, obviously, because I was like, I'm very curious.
The skin is getting more realistic.
It was so realistic and kind of really creepy. Like it really creeped me out. Because I'm not for this whole creepiness. I'm not down. Look, get Ghost in the Shell, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the AI takeover and like this weird fucking shit that this weird world we're creating. I'm not down. I like sci-fi to be like remain like fiction. I don't want it to become my reality.
Oh man, Skynet's going online in our lifetime.
I know. I'm
it's
not
coming.
down. Oh, I know it's coming, and I'm not down with it. So, I'm just telling you, I'm just not down. But I get it. Time to visit an optometrist. That's true. Anyways, I'm gonna drag the show out forever.
I know.
Love you guys. I'll
Peace
see you
out,
on
y'all.
Friday. Everybody, go sub to Drex, MGTOWN Podcast. It's in the description. Follow him everywhere. He's fucking awesome.
Thank
Peace.
you. Peace.